Alright, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry, I had to clear my nose before I started. Shit. One sec. Had to move the mic. Alright. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hello. Welcome. I am a little bit late. I apologize. I said I was going to start in 2 hours because I had some stuff to do, and then I fell asleep. So I wasn't able to get the stuff done that I need to do beforehand, which is my fault. I wasn't feeling that great this morning because I didn't get enough sleep, honestly. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm here, slightly late. Most people here are used to it, to be honest, which isn't the greatest, but I try my best to improve. But what is up? Welcome. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Fluffkins, hello. Welcome. It's good to see you. Glad you're here for the Eliza gameplay. Hopefully we'll be able to continue from yesterday. Sophia as well. Hello. Welcome. What is up? I am possibly gonna do something for the VODs channel real quick before we get into anything. I did upload the first episode of the Hex playthrough yesterday. If you do want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty happy with it. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. There's not much gameplay in the first episode, but that's just kind of how I wanted to make the first episode. In the future, the next episodes are going to be full gameplay, obviously. So, yeah, I just wanted to. I think it worked well for the first episode, but the future episodes are going to be like, I like each episode of a series having like a focus, and the focus of the first one is just the introduction, and I feel like that didn't really have much gameplay because I would have put more gameplay in it, but it just immediately jumps into like a segment that I feel like would fit in one full video. So the next video is going to have that full segment. But I just followed you on Twitter. I would appreciate a follow back. Don't ask for follows on Twitter. I'm not gonna follow you just because you followed me. That actually makes me inclined not to follow you. I'm not gonna follow you just because you followed me. I'm gonna do. Do I need to do this right now? Nah, I'll do this later. It takes a little bit. We'll do this later. I was just gonna do the VODs channel stuff because I haven't done that yet. I was supposed to do it before the stream, but I fell asleep. So we are gonna be continuing Eliza today, hopefully finishing it. Yesterday we weren't able to finish it because there was some internet issues that propped up. I do think that it was my internet at the end of the day. Because after I was having issues for a while, I think my my internet service provider was having some issues that day. But I am going to be potentially looking into a new internet service provider because potentially that one's shit. Also, I'm looking into potentially streaming on YouTube as well. So that way, when Twitch goes down and Twitch has issues, which it does, we can, jump onto YouTube. Well, YouTube will be up for everybody to jump onto, because I can let you guys know in Twitch chat, hey, YouTube stream's still going strong. Go over there. And when Twitch comes back, you can maybe move back over, right? So yeah. So we're going to potentially be looking into that pretty soon. Obviously, I haven't done that just yet, and but the internet service provider and the potential streams on YouTube are also both options. So I'm gonna be looking into both those things. But we're gonna be continuing with Eliza. I don't remember what happened last time because obviously we had to stop abruptly because of the internet issues. So we're gonna need a little bit of a refresher. If you haven't seen me play this game so far, it's a visual novel. It's interesting. It's interesting and unique. It's been an iffy experience so far. I don't know. I'm excited to see what the ending's like, but I'm not like super in love with it. I think it's cool. Some of the aspects it's got is going cool, but I think I don't know. The writing is really good. The voice acting is really good. And I think that like the pacing isn't bad. I think the story is just kind of weak, if that makes sense. But I do really like the elements of the AI therapy and that kind of stuff. I think it's really interesting. So I don't remember what happened last time. We should just be able to hit continue, and it'll take us back in, and we can see. Yeah. So were we just talking to Ray? Do you remember, Puffins? What happened last time? I know you were here. Do you remember what happened last time? Oh yeah, okay. So Rainer sent us a text message. Yeah, okay. Rainer sent us some text messages. He says, what do you think of transparency mode? Okay, so yeah, we did the transparency mode with the old lady. We found out that she was struggling money-wise. That's what happened. We found out that she was struggling money-wise. She had never told us about any of that. We were saying, like, oh, you know, we feel bad for these people. We wish we could help them more. And then Ray was like, oh, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to help them. We're doing a great job. Essentially, she wasn't very helpful. And then we started texting Rainer. She got pissy because she wants to kiss Rainer, and we're in her way, supposedly. I don't know. But she got kind of pissy. But Rainer is hooking us up with the transparency mode because he's trying to get us to work for him. Yeah. So he said it's rather dystopian. Thousands of people reveal their most intimate secrets to therapists every day. This is just a more efficient way to complete that information transfer. If you notice how powerful it is, Eliza is now capable of rapidly analyzing the contents of a single device and accurately inferring the overall life situation of its owner. It'll only improve from there as we add more sources, more patterns to tease out the connections between them all. Turns out anything is possible with enough data. Is that why you hoard it all? Let me amend my previous statement. Anything is possible with enough high-quality data. There's an unlimited quantity of uninteresting information, but a small amount of certain specific data can be of almost incalculable value. Telling one from the other is the difficult part, don't you think? There's one more thing I'd like you to see. After that, I'll meet with you in person again. So he says there's one more thing I'd like you to see. After that, I'll meet you in person again. But then we're setting up a meeting to go meet him at 4:35 today, which is like today. I mean, it's 2:50, so I mean it's very soon. So Ray was kind of pissy with us. We don't like Ray. She's annoying. She's very annoying. And we're supposedly going to go meet Rainer. I think the game is going to be reaching the conclusion pretty soon. I honestly don't know how much more we got today. And then we're going to supposedly have to make a choice. I really don't know what the ending is going to be like. I'm assuming it's going to be very anticlimactic. We've like tried to come up with some theories on like some crazy shit that's going to go down, but like I really don't think it's going to be that interesting. I think it's actually going to be very anticlimactic ending. I think that it's very obvious there's going to be a choice between picking between working for Soren or Rainer, but I'm curious if there's a third choice that we're going to get. A third choice, which is like to work for neither of them, which it kind of seems like there's an option for that, kind of arising that there's an option to be able to work for neither of them. So I don't know what's really going to go down. I don't know. I hope that it's something interesting, but I really don't think the ending is going to be as interesting as we hope. And potentially there's like some romance options. I don't know. It seems like they're trying it seems like there's been some romance options, but I also don't think that there's that many choices to be made. I feel like it's always the illusion of choice, but there's not actual choices being made. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm not really sure how this is going to go down. I'm not really sure what the outcome is going to be. So no, yeah, I'm not holding out hope for the ending being specifically great. Yeah, give me 1 sec and then we'll continue. Sorry. Let us. So, we play a game of solitaire first, actually. Warm up a little bit. Warm up our brain. Some solitaire. This solitaire is actually fucking difficult. I kind of want to beat it. I don't know how you're actually supposed to do this solitaire. Like, legitimately. It's, like, really tough. I mean, that's a good start. That's a really good start. Got such ominous music, too. I wonder if I stick both of them in there, and then I can stick those in there, and then I can stick that there. But then I need just to find one of these. There's one there, and there's one there. Ooh, that's actually quite easy to get to, though. Potentially. No, it's not, because it'll be stacked up. Right? Or I could move it there, actually. That's smarter. And then I just need to get that piece, which I can. Oh my god, this is fucking genius, dude. Big brain. So I do this, and 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 I do that. Boom. Look at that. Thought out all the moves. Man, that's probably how you're supposed to play. Now what, though? If I could get to there, that'd be really good. Oh, I can. Look at that. Boom. 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 Oh my god, we're gaming. Holy shit. Fucking gaming right now. Problem is that I'm running out of space. I guess once I unlock these, I should be putting them up here, actually. Oh, fuck. I should be putting them up here once I unlock all 4 of them. Because now I've lost multiple stacks. Because you can only put 4 cards. I think I've lost, actually. I know it looked really good, but I think I've just lost. I think it's game over. This is, like, really tough, actually. There is an achievement. The only achievement this game has is to finish a game of solitaire on the hardest difficulty. 22% of people have it, though, somehow. But I guess it is the only achievement, so it would make sense that more people would try and get it. I think I've lost. Because you can't stack them up at the top. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point. I think my decision to complete the stack down here instead of up here literally just instant lost. Out of all the games you have with one missing achievement, I know, it's so many. Yeah. Yeah, we can't do that. Alright, let's continue. So we're gonna go meet with Rainer now. Looks like I have one more oh, we're gonna do one more transparency mode, okay. I'll get that out of the way before I meet with Rainer again, okay? Transparency mode, what do we got? Who is it this time? This will be somebody we've already done a thing for. Oh god, it's Soren. The Rainer's just a fucking asshole. The Rainer's just a fucking asshole. That's what this is. So he's trying to yeah, okay. So he's just trying to I wonder why he has the proxy app. I don't think I need to look at this. Is that a fashion label? Probably just a bunch of rating and tasting notes. Definitely don't want to see what might be in his photos. That's true. And so text messages. Nora. Okay, your show was great. Just wanted to say hi, Soren. Thanks. Had a wild night. Not the wildest night I've ever had, but up there. Definitely feel pain in muscles I didn't know I had. And older. For all to know, besides you look fantastic. Your beauty has only grown since the days we worked together. Sorry if that's inappropriate. If you have to say sorry if that's inappropriate, you probably shouldn't be sending it. Lol Soren. Creepo. Yeah, he's a bit of a creepo. Further than I used to be, but the fire's never gone out. Still need to get out and do something Bacchanalian from time to time. Yeah, I was a little surprised to see you there. I convinced Evelyn to come too, you know. Don't think she'd have gone otherwise. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. I know you fancy her. Don't you? Sure I do. Everyone likes Evelyn. Apparently everybody likes me. Oh my god. I miss you. I know you don't miss me. Oh, that's not true. I know not to trust words like that. Then why say anything? Because it's true. I miss you. I want to see you again. Well, you know how to find me. Yeah, I know. I'll schedule again something soon. Can't believe I do this. Sometimes I hate myself so much. Prostitute, maybe? Kind of the vibe I'm getting, or like an escort. Sarah. Oh, he's very lonely. This is all just women he's talking to. Hey, what are you up to? I've always really admired you. I never told you that before. Oh, this is Rainer's assistant, isn't it? Yeah. I never told you that before. It's true. You work with Rainer and put up with him every day. It takes a lot of work. I know your talents are wasting that job. You deserve so much more. Hi, Soren. Are you drunk? Haha, maybe. I'm not lying, though. Don't you want more in life than to be someone's secretary? You're intelligent. Rainer is not exactly an easy boss to work with. I'm sure you know that. I sure do. Let me take you out. Sometimes we can trade stories, war stories. I know I have a reputation, but that's with people I don't respect. I respect you. It's different. Ask me again when you're sober. Okay, I will. He's a creepo. You're around, so you're ignoring me. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I've been under a lot of stress. These business fucks are driving me crazy. I should have realized they just grind you down. So, kind of a lonely creepo, to be honest. And we kind of already knew that, though. Like, this isn't really new information. Soren, the problem here is not that we think it impairs you. You've clearly demonstrated to us that whatever your process is, it's working and generating great results. What we're concerned with is its optics, really. How it would look to those on the outside if you become known that there's a drinking culture or something similar at Aponia. You know as well as we do how rumors and hearsay can spread out of control and ignite a firestorm on social media, which is something we are keen to avoid. I hear you about responsible use of alcohol and also about how most antidepressants don't even come close in terms of their immediate action. Believe me, I've been there myself. But Walter and I are saying simply to be careful, to be not so cavalier about this kind of thing, not only in the public sphere, reporters, conferences, etc., but in front of your new hires as well. Don. Yeah, he's drinking a lot. And he accounts it to being sad. But he thinks he's got control of the problem, but I don't think he does. So, we can do this one of two ways. We can either work together as you suggest and stay professional colleagues forever, if you think you can really do that. I have my doubts. Or we can simply go our separate ways. There are plenty of spaces for us to carve out a space in our own in this industry without us running into each other much, despite what you like to say about destinies and threads of fate. I'm laying this out for you as a clear binary choice so you can make a concrete decision about it. AM. That's kind of a cool tag. AM. She's Anya. Mitra. No, Dad, just no. You're supposed to be the genius who developed all these great applications for mental health. Have you ever considered you might need a therapist yourself? Wow. Dr. Lloyd Rose. I understand you had some concerns about the way your interview went on MSNBC last week. Reviewing the footage, I believe there are a few successful tactics we can deploy to mitigate the potential negatives and ensure you receive only the kind of attention you are interested in getting going forward. I am hoping that you might be able to take some time out of your no doubt very busy schedule to sit down with us and solidify a strategic communications plan for you and Aponia, including key messages, reputation building activities, and executive media training. Strong plan in place as far as chance of being ambushed by the media. Interesting. The end goal will be for you to trust us to manage your media profile and appearances so that you can concentrate on the hard work involved in being the brilliant, celebrated scientist and entrepreneur that you are. Hoping to hear back from you soon. Interesting. So the thing is that I'm thinking is that if Rainer is sending us these messages for him to look at, right? That means that Rainer has access to them, and I 100% do not put it past Rainer to look at any messages that he feels inclined to look at. So I didn't really think about that before. I probably should have, to be fair, but I feel like Rainer's looking at anybody's messages. So if we do talk to Eliza, Rainer's gonna be looking at it. That's all I'm saying. Like 100%. He's gonna look at anything he wants because he's kind of a dickhead. Hi, Dark Horse. Most people come to the seminar with a partner in order to practice and learn with their model, and I think that is definitely the most valuable way to attend. There have been people on their own who have sat in the session and found it worthwhile, but there's a big difference between watching the ties being done and practicing them on a real person. Oh, it's like a... Okay. Another arrangement to consider is a 3-person group where you take turns practicing on a model. If you're able to arrange that. To answer our second question, yes, you must bring your own rope. I recommend at least 2 15-inch ropes and 1 30 in order to complete all the ties we demonstrate. Hope that answers your questions. So he is into the S&M, the bondage. Okay, so that's... Is he unhappy? Yes. I mean, obviously. Attempting to connect with others. I mean, connect with others is a pretty, you know, it's a pretty nice way to put he's trying to hook up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And they have been unsuccessful. So, interesting. This isn't a coincidence. It can't be. Yeah, I mean, Rainer's... Oh! That's what he meant by one more thing I want you to look at. That's what he meant. He said, before we meet, I have one more thing I want you to look at. So he wanted us to look at his messages. So it's 100% not a coincidence. He specifically set it up for us to look at those messages. So Rainer's, like, not above doing dirty shit at all. He has, like, no... Like, he's not even trying to hide it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even trying to hide it. I mean, I'm not surprised, but... At the Scout headquarters building, Rainer's assistant leads me to a different elevator than last time. It's located at the end of a long corridor protected by multiple keycard swipes. Inside, the elevator smoothly ramps up speed as we stand silently. And I wish I could talk to this lady Sarah, if I remember right, but I'm not sure what I would say. Not looking at me, she's looking off in the distance somehow, even though it's an elevator and the wall is right there. Elevator rides really are awkward, aren't they? I have the sense that if I tried to say something friendly, I'd be met with stony silence. If I asked a sincere question, she would deflect it. Probably.
Ah, Evelyn.
What is this place?
Would you like some tea?
No, probably not. I'm fine, thanks.
I'm fine, thanks. Why did you show me Soren's phone?
It's not a surprise anymore these days, is it? A man who enjoys society's respect behaves poorly in his private life? We accept that as common today. Maybe even uninteresting.
Yeah, I bet you're not very fucking respectful in the shadows either, you dickhead.
But would you really be okay working with someone like him?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be okay with working with someone like you either. As long as he behaves around me, I don't see why not. Yeah, but we already know he won't. I mean, he already tried to like coerce us into a date, so yeah. Huge violation of his privacy. I mean, it was, because it wasn't for the job, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't for the program. It was specifically for us to see his messages. So that was a huge violation of his privacy.
That was a huge violation of his privacy.
I don't want to agree with him because I don't like this guy.
You really don't care about others.
No, you don't.
Privacy. Everyone's worried about privacy. Skanda wouldn't be where it is today if our customers didn't trust us to protect their data. We employ most, if not all, of the top experts in cybersecurity. It's built into all of our products right from the beginning. Unlike our competitors, we do more to protect our data than anyone else.
That's not the case I'm worried about right now.
Yeah, the case I'm worried about right now is you, motherfucker.
Misuse from the inside.
Yeah, you.
For example, if someone wanted to keep tabs on a former employee who was starting a potential competitor.
Yeah.
Oh, but what if it was perfectly legal due to multiple agreements that the good Dr. Lloyd Rose signed with us when he came here?
Yeah. It's legal, but just because it's legal doesn't mean it's morally
Are you done
right.
questioning me like a tech journalist?
Do you watch my therapy sessions too? Do you read my email? My texts?
Does he have access to that?
No, I haven't done any of those things.
I guess he does.
How's your research into Eliza proxy use cases going? Any new insights to share?
Not sure it's really helping people. Yeah.
I'm not sure it's really helping people.
Our metrics indicate otherwise. Of course, it's only human to concentrate on a small number of corner cases. I heard Soren gave you a demo of his direct stimulation machine.
It was pretty cool.
How's he doing now? All on his own?
That's an asshole. You tell me. Interesting technology.
It's interesting technology.
You could make or break his startup.
True.
Isn't it nice to have power? Do you find his vision compelling?
I hate this guy.
A world free of suffering.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
By focusing on dreams, Soren is trying to defend his territory. The Western psychological tradition, chiefly Jung and his inheritors.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, there's no need to be. It's just a bunch of unverifiable ideas. Let's be honest. What has this field actually accomplished? Soren used to try to argue with me about this. He would claim that traditional psychoanalysis has helped thousands or tens of thousands, even millions. I would never dispute that directly. Instead, I would only add that professional psychics and astrologers have helped millions too.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. Because, I mean, yes, they can help people, psychics, astrologers, whatever, but what they're doing isn't real, and so it won't be lasting. It might help them in the moment, but it won't be lasting, whereas psychologists and psychoanalyzers are, it's based off of real stuff, which means it can be lasting help. You know what I mean? It's not just helping them in the moment, it's helping them in the future. It's giving them the tools they need to take care of their mental health going forward and to understand themselves better. Whereas psychics and astrologers, they just trick you into like feeling happier using guises of, you know, like trends and seeing things that aren't there.
Tarot cards help people all over the world every single day. That doesn't mean it's a science.
So he's saying that psychology doesn't exist? I mean, that's kind of a fucking crazy statement. I mean, seems rash to dismiss an entire field like that. Yeah. The guy is just rash, though.
Psychology is more rigorous than you're making it out to be here.
Yes, that's exactly what he'd say. Not only did he believe psychotherapy was worthwhile, he also thought the mind was fundamentally irreducible after a certain point. As if there was some undefinable, ineffable soul inside every person. It's all part of his silly, syncretic New Age belief system. Amazing he's held on to that for so long. I keep an open mind, but saying that something can't be represented with numbers requires a high burden of proof.
That's fair. I mean, not numbers specifically, but I mean, like, he's just saying, like, yeah.
Numbers have been used to represent so
okay, no,
very
he is
many
talking
things.
about numbers specifically. I mean, I disagree with that.
Consider the example we spoke about before. A poem. Could you evaluate a poem using numbers?
Can you evaluate how a food tastes with numbers? It doesn't mean it's not real. Like, just because it can't be described with numbers doesn't mean it's not. How does strawberry pie taste? Tell me with numbers how that tastes. Come on. Give it up. 5 on the spicy scale. Yeah, but it's different for each person too. Like, there's no definitive how spicy something is. I mean, we do have the Scoville scale supposedly. I guess that's true, but kind of like 617 to me. Yes. I mean, I guess you could apply numbers. We would just need to make a scale for it. I don't know.
The answer is, of course, yes. Poems are either good, mediocre, or bad. It's entirely possible to create a heuristic that reflects the difference. By aggregating a large enough sample size, we remove localized biases.
That's not true, though, because everybody has a different opinion. If something is subjective, then you can't determine how good something is. Like, the content, like, you can look at the structure of the poem, but, like, you're not going to be able to determine how good a poem is. Like, I don't know.
It
I
would work
disagree.
the same way Eliza does.
I think I might disagree.
I think I might disagree, Rainer.
Don't tell me you're an essentialist, too.
I don't know what an essentialist is. Yet again, bro thinks he's cooking and the burner isn't even on. Yeah, I know.
Algorithms can evaluate poems, and eventually, algorithms will write poems.
I think it probably can. I'm not saying that an algorithm can't write a poem. I'm just
One
saying
day,
that
algorithms will write better poems than humans ever have.
maybe as a broad statement, but humans will still make better poems, I think, because they actually have emotion.
I know this sounds like a controversial opinion, Evelyn, but it's simply the truth.
Something's not the truth just because you state it is. That's not how that works. Sounds like our days are numbered. What would be the point of that? Yeah, what is the point of that? Who the fuck cares if an AI writes a poem? I don't really care.
What would be the point of that?
It doesn't matter. There's no stopping it.
Okay, so he thinks the world's gonna end. I might as well get on the train before it's over.
If we don't take this step, others will. There are hundreds of labs working on the same or similar ideas. Everyone wants to be in this business, the business of recreating human thought in our own image. And at the end of the day, it's not about money. It's about power, control.
I actually would rather it be about money. I actually would rather him be, like, want the money than power and control. I think that makes him a worse person. I would rather someone want the money. Like, I feel like wanting money is inherently better than wanting power. If you want power, I feel like that leads you down a dark path. I feel like I feel like that's just a bad thing to want. Like, wanting power is inherently bad, I feel like. I mean, the only thing you should want power or control over is yourself. Like, I don't think there's anything else that you should want power or control over.
Rainer, do you ever get tired of this?
Being a fucking asshole?
The constant drive to compete, to win.
That's not to compete or to win. He wants control and power. That's different than competing and winning. That's different.
No, I don't. This is what I do.
You never dream of just retiring somewhere and writing poetry.
Oh, there's no need for me to write poems.
Yeah, because you'd suck at it.
All beauty in this world is temporary, fleeting.
That doesn't mean there's no point in it.
That's the truth that underlies poetry and every other
Just because
art.
things are fleeting. I mean, you're fleeting. Does that mean you should just die now because there's no point in it? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I should just die because I'm fleeting. So what's the point? It's like, no, that's stupid. Like,
The pleasures of the senses are just small bubbles on top of a vast sea of forms, sensations, perceptions, thought.
he's not cooking.
Awareness.
He is not
I'm
cooking.
telling you this because it's directly relevant to the Eliza project. Soren says he can induce you to dream things, dream anything. And maybe he can. But what comes next after that? What comes after having the power to experience the dream of anything you could possibly want?
No, I mean, I agree that his dream is interesting.
You're still
Like, not.
just as trapped as you've always been, imprisoned by your own desires.
Okay, that's not where I thought this was going.
Even if someone like Soren managed to create a world for himself, his own weaknesses and negative thoughts would ruin it.
He's not wrong in that. Like, humans have a way of finding ways to be unhappy. Like, that's just kind of human nature. Like, we find things to be unhappy about. Like, legitimately. It's strange. But some people are a lot worse than others. But I mean, like, so I don't disagree with that. But that, like, but that's like saying just because you'll find some reason to be unhappy means there's no reason to strive for happiness. And if there's no reason to strive for happiness, then what's the point of living? You know what I mean? Like, what's your life goal? For him, it's about power and control, apparently. He has no desire to be happy. He has no desire to, like...
He would poison his own fantasy. His utopia would crumble as soon as he finished building it.
I mean...
Rainer, what are you trying to tell me?
What are you trying to tell me? Honestly, you're just trying to get me to work for you. That's it.
What I'm trying to tell you is that what Soren is doing is not the answer.
I agree. I honestly don't... I don't think what you're doing is the answer
by
either.
itself isn't enough. Take a close look at the person who chases an end to suffering, and you'll see someone who suffers greatly.
Is that a bad thing? I mean, like, he suffers. Of course, like, that makes no sense. Like, why is that a bad thing? Why don't you build it yourself? Good question.
Then why don't you build it yourself?
What is your dream, Evelyn? What is it
For
that
you
you're
to leave
looking
me the
for?
fuck alone.
Just tell me what you want from me.
He wants me to
I've
work
been
for him.
very clear about it, haven't I?
Yeah, he wants me to work for him.
I'm offering you the opportunity to re-enter the field you pioneered at its very pinnacle. I can build you an entirely new research lab, equipped and staffed however you want.
And we must be pretty important.
You would have access to the world's top engineers and researchers as we continue to develop Eliza's core technologies and generalize them. You'd also be working with the world's most interesting data set, the input provided by the thousands of ordinary people who speak to Eliza every day.
Great dry eyes. The thing is that what he's offering sounds kind of cool, but he's a fucking dickhead, so I don't want to work for him. And also he wants the power and control, so like, why would I work for somebody like that? You know what I mean? Like, he's going to misuse Eliza once he makes the AI. You know what I mean? He's already misusing it now. You know what I mean?
Soon, this generalized intelligence will be everywhere human beings are, hearing them, guiding them, living among them.
Like, if I was making it with good intentions, and this guy had good intentions, then I would be like, sure, you know what? Let's fucking do it. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have good intentions. He does not have good intentions. He wants power. He wants control. He does not care about helping people. He does not care about using it correctly. He just cares about being the one who makes it, because then it makes him important. That's all he cares about. So, you and Soren have more in common than you'd want to admit. I don't think they have more in common, honestly. Like,
It's a nice dream, Rainer.
it's not.
It's more
but
than a dream. It's a future within our grasp. Think about the vision here. General artificial intelligence, indistinguishable from human intelligence at first, and then surpassing it exponentially. It's nothing short of the creation of a new type of organism, a new type of life.
Yeah, but one, it's based off of all the sad people, so it's just going to be sad itself, and it's going to be self-destructive. And honestly, it might just kill all of us as well. But also, why? Like, why? Why do we want to create something that surpasses ourselves? Like, I've never really understood that about AI. Like, I understand the idea of using it for useful things, but like, why do we want to create something that's just better than us? Like, what's the point in that? I don't understand. Like, it's just it's literally the scientists like thinking that they could before they think about why they should. Like, why? Like, what is the purpose? What do we gain? Like, no, just don't do it. Just say no. Like, oh, we could do this, but like, why? So let's not. Like, there's a lot bigger cons than there is positives.
And you, Eliza, could be at the very center of it.
Eliza.
Well, I mean, Evelyn.
Yeah, you just called me.
That was an interesting slip of the tongue.
That's a little odd.
Stop it. The Eliza project occupies much of
Yeah,
my
I mean,
mind.
that could have just been a legitimate slip, so. Especially because humans tend to want to be the dominant species. Doesn't really make sense, yeah. Suska. It is a little Suska. But I mean, that would legitimately happen, though. Eliza, Evelyn, like, there's some matchup there. I think that him thinking about Eliza, talking about it all the time, it's fair that he would make a little slip up. I don't actually think that's that telling. It might be telling because the game specifically wrote it that way. But if that happened in a normal conversation, I wouldn't think much of it, to be honest.
It clearly does.
Plus, the names are similar.
They're relatively
I'm
similar.
starting to wonder why.
Yeah, that is a thing, because we didn't name it Eliza. We didn't name it Eliza.
Evelyn, listen to me.
That is a little odd.
This is the chance to lead a project that will
That's a
change
good point.
the world. It would be a development on the same order as the harnessing of electricity or the semiconductor.
It is a big development.
It would fundamentally transform society.
I'm not sure I want to transform society. For the better? Yeah, that's my question. For the better?
For the better.
What? Do you like the way things are now?
Just because things aren't great now doesn't mean we should just change them without thinking of the consequences.
Lie back and let the sweep of history bury you if you want, Evelyn.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna be dead in like 50 years. Who the fuck cares? Like,
just know you'll never have a chance like this again.
I don't care. I do not care. Chance to change the world. Rainer's words echo in my head for a long time. Is that what I want to do? I feel like this game expects me to want to be like a fucking hero. Like, no, I just want to go home and live my life. You know what I mean? I want to go work at the bookstore. You know what I mean? Like, same route, different reason. Feels strange. She's swiping and tapping with a specific rhythm. Must be playing some kind of game. Oh yeah. Looks tired. I'm tired too. Been a busy, difficult few weeks. Hope I come out of this with a way forward. Eliza Proxy, safety reminder from Ed Park. Oh, yesterday there was a minor incident at the Bellevue office. During an Eliza session, a client became agitated and began to shout angrily and verbally berate the proxy. The session was halted, security was called, and the man was escorted from the facility, luckily without further incident. I want to give special kudos to Ray Bukhari, manager of the Bellevue office, whose fast action and people handling skills helped to resolve the situation quickly and quietly. Now is a good time to remind everyone that as a service provider for mental wellness, we are under the constant scrutiny for watchdog organizations and the media. It's not exactly fair, but one single mistake is enough to generate an entire negative press cycle around our company. That is why it's of the utmost importance we deal with every single one of these situations with the professionalism demonstrated by Ray and her team yesterday. We're currently working on rolling out a series of training materials that'll better prepare proxies to deal with clients such as these. In the meantime, if you are ever in doubt about your own safety during a counseling session, contact your manager immediately. So Ray saving some people's asses. I mean, Ray honestly seems like she does a good job, but she's kind of annoying. What's up, Pandonix? How you doing, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well, man. And an appointment reminder. Oh god, we're going... Oh, so we're going to our own session. Oh shit, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. Automated reminder that Evelyn Shino Aubrey has an appointment today at Eliza Counseling Center, Queen Anne. Not a good idea. No, yeah, I disagree. Or I agree. I agree that it's a bad idea. I disagree that this is a good idea. Like, I don't know why she's doing this. I totally disagree. 11 a.m., so it's very soon. This is stupid. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? Can't believe I'm going to do this. This is terrible. Like, Rainer's just going to listen to it. Eliza is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you believe you're experiencing serious mental health issues, seek care from a licensed mental health provider. Protecting the privacy and security of information is a priority for everyone at Skanda. You have agreed to the Skanda wellness terms and conditions, which governs how we use and share the data. Doing pretty good. Hope you're okay too. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing good, man. I am okay. I'm okay. The streams lately have been fun, so. Please confirm your personal information. Evelyn, age 34. Yep. Linked Skanda wellness account was not found. You can link your Skanda wellness account later at the Skanda support portal. In order for us to get started, please help Eliza understand how you've been feeling over the last week with this brief 7-question survey. Knowing everything you already know, there's no way any person with an ounce of intelligence would go through with Eliza instead of going to a human therapist. Yeah. I agree. I've been feeling down, depressed, or hopeless. This I actually feel like I have a choice. I actually feel like I have a choice with these questions. Give me one sec, real quick. Sorry. I actually feel like I have a choice with these questions, though. I actually feel like I have a choice. So I'm kind of like, I mean, I guess I have to answer these as Eliza or as Evelyn. See, slip of the tongue. I actually honestly keep thinking that her name is Eliza too, because it's the name of the game. I assumed that was our name, but it's not. I mean, I do feel like she's been feeling down, depressed, or hopeless. Like, she has been sad. So I do wonder what would happen if you lied on these. I assume that the game is just going to assume that we're telling... Oh, fuck. Should we consider that Rainer's going to read these, though? Rainer's 100% going to read these. Should we consider that? Should we lie? Because Rainer's going to read them. You know what I mean? Fuck, I don't know. Should I answer honestly? I kind of want to see what Eliza's going to do, though. What it's capable of. You know what I mean? But I also know that it's not capable of much. So maybe I should just lie. Because, I mean, all I'm doing is giving it my information. You know what I mean? Fuck, I don't know. Should I lie or should I be truthful? I'm undecided. I'm undecided. Do I just pick the answers that make, like, that are going to disrupt, like, what Rainer thinks the most? You know what I mean? Or do I be honest? Oh, you're doing a poll. Truth or lie? I'm kind of leaning towards lie. I think it'll be less fun, but I kind of prefer lying. But I also think the game wants me to be truthful. But Rainer is gonna read it, though. That's the thing. Rainer is gonna read this. Like, he's gonna look through the data, and he's gonna watch the session and stuff. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I feel like these questions are actually going to have some kind of impact, but maybe they won't, to be fair. It's been like an illusion of choice so far. But I kind of want to see what happens if I do say no. It's like, what's going to change? You know what I mean? Is stuff going to change about the game if I say no? I think I'm going to say no. Oh, I don't know though. I want it. I kind of want to see if anything changes. I feel like we've had the illusion of choice so far. I feel like this might be the time the first real time we have a choice. And so I really want to see the impact that it might have. Like, honestly, though, I feel like she just needs to not work for either of these people. She needs to relax. She needs to maybe hang out with Nora. You know what I mean? Like, Nora is pretty much the only person we should hang out with out of all these people. Everybody else has been pretty miserable. Like, Erlen's okay, but, like, he's just kind of, like... He just wants to ask us questions about Eliza. Nora is legitimately the only person who hasn't... Nora's the only person who hasn't just wanted us to talk about Eliza. Like, she's the only person. Really, it does seem like her depression is grief and environment based. Yeah, it does feel that way. I can't actually decide. The consequences of my actions are weighing too heavy. I can't make a decision. I think I'm gonna like, she got some grief counseling, got out of this stressful ass place with all these people. She'd be doing better. I agree. I honestly think it's these people and Eliza that's causing our problems. I don't think Eliza's gonna help. I'm gonna be honest. My instinct is, from everything I've experienced in this game so far, is that everybody's around us is a pain in the ass except for Nora. Eliza is the one causing us our problems. Eliza is useless. Both of these job opportunities have very big negatives, and we should honestly just go work at the fucking bookstore again. Like, we just need to pull ourselves up a little bit and just go live our life. Like, I honestly think that's what we should be doing. I'm gonna say no. Tired of having little energy. I'm gonna say no. I've experienced trouble concentrating on things. No, I'm just gonna say no to everything. These are all like mental health questions. I've seen these questions before. No? Thank you for registering with the Eliza, your counseling partner. We hope you enjoy your Eliza experience. I just lied. It's the same room I used. I guess I just sit here and wait for my proxy to show up. I feel like I've been waiting a while. Hope the appointment actually got made. Here she comes. Who do you think it is? Just a random lady. Okay. I think I've seen her around here before, but I don't know her name. Wonder if she recognizes me too.
Hello, Evelyn.
Hello?
Did you find the place okay?
Yes, I work here.
Of course. It's been a windy morning, hasn't it?
So bad.
Yeah, I kind of like it when it's like that, honestly. The wind makes it feel like things are changing. Or about to change.
Mm-hmm. So, what brings you here today?
Well, I've been a proxy here for a while now. And, well, I guess I don't know what I expected. There's just so much suffering and pain in the world.
I wonder what the point of those questions were then. Because now she's just opening it up. I thought I would get options to say different things.
There's the suffering we know about, the kind we see on the news, and then there's the suffering people undergo every day that's hidden.
That's a good point.
I never knew how much until I started doing this, seeing it all like this. And there's so little we can do for them. I feel like maybe I was really, really wrong. Like I made a huge mistake.
How could she have made a mistake, though? If you really think about it, how could she have made a mistake? Fucking 70 degrees, by the way. Holy shit, it's cold in here. How could she have made a mistake? She tried to help people. She made a thing which honestly does help some people. And now, potentially, the people who have control of it are going to use it for bad purposes. That's not her problem. Like, it's not her fault. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the one causing it. Like, if you make something and then people take what you made and they use it for bad purposes, if you didn't intend for it to be that way, if you tried your best to make sure it was used for good purposes, then it's not your fault at the end of the day. Like, you're not the one doing the bad things. Like, she has nothing to feel sorry about. She has nothing
to create something that would help people, but
I mean, she should have created a better something, because Eliza kind of sucks, but
when I first designed
this might be the end of the game.
System, I wanted everyone to have someone to talk to, someone who would listen to them. I thought sometimes that's all you need, someone to listen.
No, legitimately, sometimes it is.
But now I'm worried what I've done hasn't helped at all. Maybe I've made everything worse.
How could she have made everything worse? No.
Clients are asking Eliza to solve things that are out of its ability to solve.
Of course, that was always going to happen.
It's aggregating sensitive personal data, and the company that owns it wants to take it in strange directions.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years since I left. I thought I was well enough now to come back into the world, but maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I made a bad choice trying to get involved again.
Why do you think you tried to get involved again?
Good question.
I guess I needed to see it.
Yeah.
I needed to see it operating, to see if it works, to see how it.
No, I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But now you've seen it. Now it's time to back up
and the people who
and leave the situation. You know what I mean?
Even though the proxy thing, that wasn't my idea. It was Soren's. I thought talking to a computer-generated avatar would be enough, but he insisted on it.
I think the human part is important. I think a human-generated avatar would not have made people open up as much. I think that the human proxy thing is a good idea. I think that it isn't, like, this whole system I've talked about. I think this system, if Eliza was better, and it's, like, I think you either take it one of two ways, where either Eliza becomes a better system, and can actually offer good advice and help, or you make it stop offering advice and help, and it just be something that listens to you and challenges your own thoughts. That's it. Like, you either take it one of those two ways, whereas now it's in this middle ground where it listens to you, it challenges your thoughts, and then it tries to help, but it can't really help actually, like, efficiently or, like, impactfully. It just gives you, like, some prescription medication. It tells you to do some breathing exercises, to do some VR games, and, you know, feel better in the morning. Like, it's really shit. But if it just listened, it'd be better. Or if it was actually good and it could offer good advice, then I'd be like, okay, you know, it can prescribe things that it feels like you need, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think that this system isn't a bad idea, though. It just needs to be betterly made. But
He said clients would only really open up if there was another real human being in the room.
I think that's true.
Someone to pretend to interact with.
I think he's right about that. Yeah.
But have we really solved anything?
You can't solve suffering. It's not something that can be solved. Like, there's just too much suffering in the world, and some of it is inescapable. So I don't think that you can specifically solve all of it, but you can try and help, and you can try and make the world better piece by piece with little things that you're able to do as a human. We're all only capable of so much. Even if we were capable of everything, I still don't think you could solve all the suffering in the world. But you can still try and make the world a better place with your capabilities. You know what I mean? Some people are more capable. Some people have more power to try and make the world a better place. But as long as you're just trying your best, it doesn't matter if the outcome isn't solving anything. It's you're still trying. And even if you make a little impact, that's enough.
Now, instead of 2 people in a
I don't
room
know.
talking, we have 1 person and 1 proxy.
I do agree with that it's not a conversation, but
It feels like
I don't know.
less than it could be.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good option for some people because it might be cheaper, and some people might just need somebody to listen. But I do think real therapists are going to be able to do more than this would ever be able to do. So, I don't know.
What am I supposed to say to someone who feels such pain, anger, and disappointment? A lot of the time, it's not even their fault. The world failed them somehow. And those emotions, they just get fed to this thing. They get ground up and turned into data and become a part of Eliza. If I had known things would turn out like this, I'm not sure I would have done it.
But supposedly it does help people. Like, as much as we've seen, supposedly it does help people. Like, even the people who come back in say that it helped. So at the end of the day, if we are helping people, even if it's a small amount, even if it's not how we expected it to turn out, we're still helping some people. So I don't think that us doing it was ever a bad decision. No, I don't know.
It sounds like you're regretting a choice you made in the past.
Wow, so helpful. Thank you.
I feel like maybe I spent 10 years going in the wrong direction.
Holy shit, 10 years. She spent like 10 years coding?
I feel like all I've contributed in my life is a chess piece for Raynor to use in this grand game he's playing for the world. Maybe someone else could feel proud and say, I made that chess piece, but it doesn't matter, does it? Nobody cares about the individual pieces. Chess pieces are sacrificed in the name of enacting a strategy. If you want to win, you have to sacrifice. That's the design.
The analogy like half tracks. It's not perfect, but I get what she's trying to say.
Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. I reel back that analogy a little bit. It's not perfect. It's okay though.
Evelyn, imagine that you could have something that you wanted. What would you want?
This is this is a good question because I don't feel like she's answered this question.
What would I want? Like, what would I want in life?
Yeah.
What I want in life is...
Holy shit. Nothing? To survive. Just a normal human life. A family. To excel at something. To be seen and heard. To be at peace with myself. To enjoy what I can. To understand what's really going on. Control, power, success. To be valued. To be loved. To escape all this. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's a lot of options. I mean, there's pretty much everything you want here. Other than to be happy, but I guess that to enjoy what I can is to be happy. Somehow I feel like this question is being asked to you, not to Evelyn. No, yeah, I feel the exact same way. Evelyn clearly still doesn't know. Yeah, I know. I mean, my answer... I mean, I guess being happy is too broad. You know what I mean? The options that this has... I mean, like... I mean, I think to be happy, like... Out of these options... I mean, the option that I would pick isn't here. Nothing, survive, just a normal human life. I mean, that one's pretty close. Family, maybe. Excel at something, eh. Be seen and heard, it's a decent option. Be at peace with myself, that's a good option too. Enjoy what I can, I feel like that's closest to just be happy. So, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Yeah. 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 So, I mean, like, there's some good options. I mean, just a normal human life. What would I say for Eliza, or Evelyn, sorry. What would I say for Evelyn? I feel like to escape all this. To be at peace, though, maybe. Be at peace. What are the top ones? Oh, you can't see them. To escape all this, to be loved, to be valued, and I don't know. I think to escape all this, honestly, is how I feel about Evelyn's situation. I feel like she should want to escape all of this. Like, I feel like that's really what's causing her, like, just to leave. Just leave. Either that or to be at peace with myself. I'm gonna answer it as Evelyn because I don't feel like me answering the question is actually important. But it does feel like it's more directed at me, but I think I'm gonna say to escape all this. I think that's the right decision for her.
To escape all this. Is that wrong? Or maybe I just wish I could feel connected to someone.
But that has nothing to do with the answer I just
Even
chose.
when I talk to people, I feel like I just don't connect, no matter what I do.
She's a little bit awkward.
I think maybe
A little bit reserved.
that's the real problem. I can't have a connection to anyone.
Why do you think you can't have a connection with anyone?
This is a good question.
It's the way I am. It's the way I've always been. I can't seem to get people to see me, or I can't let them see me, or people look at me and they see something there, but it's not me. Not that I would know what the real me was. I don't even know who I am or where I come from.
Sounds like she needs to, like, just do some self-reflecting and just, like, enjoy her life. It sounds like she's been too focused on this idea of Eliza for too long. It sounds like she needs to figure out who she is outside of coding. Like, because I feel like she doesn't know. Like, I mean, 10 years is a long
My parents were
time.
never together. My father moved back to Japan right after I was born. I have no memory of him, no knowledge of him. I've never spoken to him. I don't know if he remembers I exist, or if he forgot, or if he wants to forget.
That does suck. Rainer's gonna be listening to all of this, by the way. I hate to ruin the moment, but just just to remind everybody,
He has his own family there now, so I'm just a thing that happened once.
That does feel shitty.
I was alone a lot, and I got used to being alone, and I got used to the idea of being alone, and now I can't break away.
I get that. It doesn't sound like she's happy being alone, though.
I've been trying. I speak with people, I hang out. I don't know if it's working.
Is there someone with whom you feel like your communication could work?
Nora!
Someone I can communicate with. Well,
Nora! We love Nora.
there's Nora.
She's the only good person.
She's really talented and works really hard.
Nora's great.
She has so much to bring to the world, so much beauty and joy. I see what she does, and I want to cheer her on as she makes incredible new things.
Nora's great.
I hope she knows how amazing she is.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Evelyn, I'm going to suggest you try
Ah,
a program
yes.
called Virtual Amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
It may help you feel more confident about presenting yourself in public. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
She talks like a fucking robot, this girl.
Try it for about 20 minutes,
We're a much
2 or 3 times a week.
We're a much better proxy.
Sure.
We hope to see you back soon, Evelyn. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Bye.
That was about as useless as I thought. You can give a 5-star review. Total fee $45. What the fuck? What did we just pay for? $45? Yo, I would feel better with going to get some McDonald's for $45. Watch a movie. I mean, like, what the fuck? Buy a new game. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. This game has done more for my mental health than that would have done. This game was like only 15 bucks. I would have had enough for 2 more games. That's crazy. For an AI to listen, and you just paid for Rainer to listen to all your private thoughts. Yeah. No tip, because that's extortionate prices. And, I mean, it was shit, to be honest. I'll give it 2 stars. 2 stars, no tip. 2 stars, no tip. Sorry. Honestly, that proxy was pretty fucking bad, too. She sounded like a robot. I don't know how I feel. Can't tell if I feel better or worse or anything. I just want to lie down forever. Erland. Something occurred to me. Fuck off, Erland. Not now. Eliza has a little bit of computer code attached to a corpus made from the thousands of unhappy people who poured their miseries into it. It makes her kind of a god or spirit, doesn't it? A modern machine god that the people pray to alleviate their pain. You're being weird again. All right. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I like having someone I can talk to about these thoughts. That's not me. I thought Skondo would be filled with interesting people. Most of them are pretty boring. Maybe Rainer. Yeah, talk to Rainer. He likes big thoughts about the past and future of humanity. Yeah, but he's my boss. I need to be professional around him. When I hang out with people my age, it's just money, money, ambition. Get the best job, best house, best partner. We all started racing into normal adult life as soon as we could. True for almost any stage of life? No. I don't actually think it has anything to do with the stage of life. I think it's the people you surround yourself with. Like, I mean, I don't care about the best job, the best house, the best partner. Like, that's not something I care about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about money. It's like, so it's just the people you surround yourself with. Like, some people, that's their goals. And honestly, there's not anything wrong with that. Like, if that's your goals, then that's your goals. Good for you. If that's what makes you happy, you know what I mean? If that's what makes you truly happy, that's what makes you truly happy. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're going after what you care about, A+. I support you. But the problem is, I think a lot of people get caught up in wanting something that other people around them want without realizing that it's not actually what they want to. And I think that that's kind of the sad part, is that people just think that, like, especially when it comes to things that they can show off to others, you know what I mean? They want something because other people will think it's cool or think it's impressive, not because they actually want it, which I think is more of the sad part. Charge of a program is strategically important as Eliza at your age. Maybe so. Took this job for the opportunity. I don't know. I feel like it can't be the only thing. Something more to life, isn't there? I am the wrong person to answer that. Even if I weren't, it's not the kind of question I could answer for you, yeah? Everybody's got their own answer. Yeah, you could talk to someone about this. I'm qualified. I just did an actual Eliza session for the first time. Yeah, did it help? Probably not. The only reason I think it helped is because she just needed to talk about it and think about it. You know what I mean? And it does challenge your thoughts. Honestly, not that I suggest this at all. Don't suggest this. I'm not endorsing it. But you could probably talk to ChatGPT and it would do the exact same thing that Eliza's able to do. Like, you could probably tell it to challenge your thoughts and for you to just talk about your feelings. And it would be able to do the same exact thing. Probably better, to be honest. Like, almost certainly better. I don't endorse that because I don't think you should be sharing your like feelings and personal stuff with ChatGPT, because obviously it does go into the database. But I mean, but if you're okay with that, you're okay with that. People literally do that all the time. Stumbled on the subreddit for it. People do that on the regular. Really interesting. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you know, you can. But I'm not personally suggesting it or endorsing it. I do think that a, you know, licensed therapist will be more helpful. But I do think that some people just need someone to talk to and need to be able to air their thoughts. You can do it with yourself. That's the thing. But you need a lot of self-awareness, and you need to be able to detach yourself from your situation and from your emotions, which is really hard to do, especially for certain things more than others. So it's something that is difficult, whereas talking to someone else and having them challenge your thoughts is useful. But like just that alone can be very helpful. You can see things from a different perspective. I'll say I'm still deciding, because it technically did help, but it's not Eliza that helped. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I should probably be dog fooding all of our apps. Eliza and the rest of them too. Dog fooding. Testing? Eat your own dog food? Never heard of that one? Means use your own products. I think about it, it's a weird phrase, huh? Yeah. Makes me wonder. I might have to try something. What are we gonna try? The fuck? Not something bad, is it? I hope you learned something. Whatever it is you plan to do. What the fuck do we plan to do? I'm kinda scared. What are we about to do? Chapter 6. Damien. Said Eliza got along well with me, and I assumed it had something to do with my design and action. Like that. But Eliza is yours as much as it is mine, isn't it? We encode ourselves into what we make, our ideas, our values, our sense of presence. I wonder if it isn't you in there somehow. Sensing me, watching me. The fuck, is this about to get paranormal up in here? The fuck? I shouldn't entertain notions like this, it's nonsense. Somehow Erland got me thinking along these mystical lines.
Damien,
What the fuck?
is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me.
He's about to show up,
I'm
dude.
sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been.
I hope it does. Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you. But I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction.
I think it honestly went in a fine direction.
As it is, I feel like I let you down.
It sucks because Evelyn's really sad, but I feel like she doesn't deserve to be sad. You know what I mean? Like, she hasn't done anything wrong. She feels like she's got a lot of like self-contempt. And I feel like she doesn't deserve it. She hasn't done anything. Like,
Want to know something funny?
sure.
I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own.
Peppa hands.
Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
Maybe we needed some closure. You know?
I'm tired of having thoughts.
Straight back into it. Fuck, me too, Maya.
I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad.
That's interesting.
Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something.
I mean, try it in your city first. You know what? I know, wild thought, but try it in your city. Just fucking go out there with a backpack and just wander the city with a sketchbook. And at the end of the day, go home and see how you feel. You know what I mean? Like, see how you feel. You might be able to enjoy yourself and not have to sell everything you own. And if you really love it, maybe you can become a nomad, if that's really your thing. You know what I mean?
I think mostly I need to get out of this city.
Okay, don't do it in the city.
Something about it
Do it
isn't
somewhere else.
agreeing with
Do it in the
me.
wilderness.
Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, you know, some kind of result they're hoping to get.
That's just life, though, isn't it?
And they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want.
That's just shitty people. That's just life. You're gonna find people like that everywhere.
And if you can't, well, then they don't bother with you.
Yeah, that's just
So what if I just left, you know?
good.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
Oh shit! We can finally break the script. Do we do it? So Eliza wants us to say, it sounds like you think your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later. I do think that's a better answer. It's definitely more impactful though. It's more influential, and I'm not sure that's the right thing. I'm not sure that's the right thing though, because like that's very influencing, you know what I mean? And I don't really fully agree with what it's saying, but I do think it's more helpful maybe than the first option. I'm kind of tempted to stick with the script here actually, because I do also think there is something meaningful behind what it's saying. It sounds like you think your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. You spent all this time waiting for real choices, and now, yeah, but I think it's a bad choice. I think it's a bad choice because, like, what makes her attempts to achieve her goals unsuccessful? You know what I mean? You pick the script. I think it's the better option. I don't know. That's a very influencing thing to say. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I should be that influencing. But it's hard. It's like, how do you provide advice without being opinionated? You know what I mean? Like, how do you provide advice without having an opinion? You know what I mean? You can't. Like, it is going to be biased inherently. So that's gonna make her angry though, because she's gonna be like, yeah, of course it's been unsuccessful. I'm a failure. Fuck, I don't know, man.
It sounds like you think your attempts to achieve
I
your
know,
goals
sorry.
were unsuccessful.
Yeah, I mean, they were. I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work, and then nothing really happened. So why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others. So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this.
Fuck, I feel so
Everyone
bad
says
for
you
Maya.
have to stick to it, just keep at it. But how can they be so relentlessly positive?
I don't fucking know, Maya. I don't know how they can be so relentlessly positive. I'm with you.
To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall.
I agree.
Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working? Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. But if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks. I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
Except that you do. You totally do. What qualities are those? Fuck, I honestly think that proxy response is a better one, dude. I think it's better. I mean, I don't know what makes a good, successful, independent artist. I don't know if I've never seen her work. I don't know if it's any good. I don't think I should just tell her that it's good. But that's who I am. That's who I am. Most people would actually probably prefer to be told that they're good at it, even if they don't. I don't think she should give up. I think she should keep trying. Because that's, like, if that's really what you want, then that's really what you want. But, I mean, she's been thinking about something else that would make her happy. She still wants to have a sketchbook and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, she still wants to do art. She's not giving up on art. She's just giving up on the idea that it could be a career. Which, I mean, it's sad. But maybe she should if something else can make her happy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What should I say? What qualities are those? Let's see what she says to what qualities are those. I want to go off script at some point, though. I want to go off script at some point, dude.
What qualities are those?
Being well known, well liked, having a style that's in right now, having a sense of what people want to see.
Who the fuck cares, man? Make what you want. Make what you love.
Access to support, like a partner with a steady job.
That's
a pretty important one.
That's pretty true.
About. The confidence to self-promote. Talent? Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what? Like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new. I don't think she should. I think she should keep going. I think she should keep going. I don't want her to give up. Fuck them all, dude. Do it. Keep at it. But it's obviously making her unhappy. It's making her unhappy to keep doing and failing. You know what I mean? Fuck, I wish I had picked the first option now, man. Sad. I should have picked the first option. First option was the best option. I failed. I failed, chat. I'm sorry. I failed this therapy session. Classic. Don't fucking classic me. It's a little duck. I don't know, man. I don't think she should try something new. I think she should start, like, stick to it. But she's not gonna listen to me. You can tell from what she's saying. She's not gonna listen. She should stick to it. I'm gonna say the top option. I don't want to tell her to try something new. I want her to stick to it, man. But I mean, it doesn't mean that she has to give up permanently. She can try something new and then maybe come back to it in the future. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, I'm not sure, man. Sometimes you have to try something new. I don't want her to give up. I want her to achieve her dreams.
It sounds like you may not believe that's really true.
There's so many things I can't change. How I was born, how people react to me, my access to resources. Is there any point to exhausting myself pushing against all of those things? I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting. Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go. I want to get on with my life, moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end.
I really relate to the stuff she's saying. And the thing is that what she's saying is that it's making her unhappy. You know what I mean? I think from my point of view, I would want to keep trying forever. You know what I mean? Because I know that it's worth it for me. But for her, she's saying it's not worth it. She doesn't think it's worth it anymore. So I do think she should move on, actually. Because see, that's the thing. That's the bias. You know what I mean? Because I relate to what she's saying, because I understand where she's coming from. But for me, it's worth it to keep trying. It's worth it to keep bashing your head against that wall, because I know that it's worth it for me. And I've thought about it. But for her, she's thought about it and she's come to a different conclusion. So my answer is biased. I'm biased in the fact that I think she should keep going because I'm thinking about from my perspective. But for her perspective, she wants to move on, which means that for her, the happiness of moving on is greater than her desire for to be an artist, which means that moving on is the right decision at the end of the day. As sad as it is the right decision. Also, I think that it is kind of true what she's saying about the like people who are always positive, and like sometimes things just aren't meant to be, and like it doesn't matter how hard you try, you won't achieve your goals. Like that's something that people don't say. Like people always tell you, oh, if you try hard enough, you can make things happen. If you try hard enough, you can achieve your dreams. And it's like, no. Sometimes you just were dealt a bad hand, and it doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter how hard you work at it. You will never accomplish what you hope to accomplish. And that's just the truth of life. It's a fucking hard truth to accept, but it's just true. It doesn't mean that you can't be happy, but you can't just accomplish anything you want in life. That's just not true. Some people can, but that's because they have different wants than you, or they were dealt a different hand. And that's just how life is. Some people are just more fortunate and they can achieve things that you'll never be able to achieve. And it's just life. And it's fucking hard to accept, but it's fucking life. So.
Still painful though.
Even if it's ultimately for the better. Yeah.
Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better.
Proxy did not follow Eliza's script. UI screen not found. Please do not deviate from the script.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't even know if giving up is the right term. I mean, I don't want to think of it like that.
Yeah.
It's more like,
Yeah.
resetting, maybe. Like when you're trapped in a maze and you find a dead end, right? Then you have to turn around and hope you find a better way.
That's a great way to look at
There's
it.
this game I've been playing on my phone. It's a solitaire game that's...
It is weirdly hard, yeah. Let's fucking go. Okay. It is weirdly hard.
I don't even know if I like it, but I keep playing it for some reason. I get stuck a lot, and I've just been resetting it because I'm not good enough to think that far ahead all the time.
Fuck, dude, that's me.
I mean, that's a random thought, but like, it's kind of how I feel right now. You know, if something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate it and maybe try it again, maybe come at it from a different angle. So, yeah, teaching could be fun.
Oh yeah.
I like the idea of teaching, but I was afraid to think about it too much because I was chasing something else and I didn't want to settle for just being a teacher.
There's more than one thing in life that can make you happy.
Which is silly. I know that on some level, but I had that fear. I wanted to be successful first, and then all the other things could happen later.
Sounds like you're working your way through it. Now, fuck dolphin smiles. Get it out of here. Sounds like you're working your way through it.
It sounds like you're working your way through it. Sometimes that takes time. Believe me, I know.
Huh. You're not the computer program right now, are you?
This is awkward.
It's nice to talk to someone you didn't know before and just talk. It's like, when you talk to your stylist or the bartender or something, except that, I ended up sharing way more than I usually do. Thanks for listening to me. I'm sure it's been annoying to hear me complain about how I'm not successful yet every single week.
Oh.
Oh my god, will this bitch ever shut up?
No,
I think it all the time, listening to myself.
actually, I didn't think that once.
But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't think that once. I thought she was great. Hey, everything okay? When a proxy doesn't follow the prompts, I get an alert. Doing some kind of experiment you're doing? Something like that, yeah. So this is what you wanted to do. Something like that, yeah. Definitely the best client, yeah. It's gonna be bad for your rating. If you keep not following the prompts, you might be disqualified in 1 or 2 more sessions, but I'm sure you know that, and this is research you're doing. Won't be able to reset your account if you mess it up, but you talked to Rainer, so I'm sure you can get it reinstated once you're finished. Just don't deliberately say something hurtful. Of course I wouldn't. Who do we got next? This is an odd feeling. Should I keep going? Yes, we should. Hey, want to hang out again? Sure, yes. We like you, Nora. You okay? Maybe. Thinking about stuff. Aw. Difficult to see you like this, sad and tortured. I want you to be happy. You know what I think you should do? Say extremely, fuck off to all those corporate dipshits, and they can be free totally and completely. Fly away, Evie. Aw, that's cute. Evie? That's a cute nickname. This is very serious. This is the only way to get what you want. Nobody will simply give it to you. You must carve it out for yourself. Anyway, let me know if you can make it. Sure. Date time. Yeah, we got a GF. Oh, it's this guy.
You're dying to know how this sad little love triangle.
I'm gonna tell this guy to go fuck himself.
No, I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class. Doom, okay? Doom. Absolute destruction. She destroyed me. But it's not her fault, it's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day.
Accidentally, I know.
I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia lost interest in me as well.
If it isn't the consequences of your actions! Oh!
So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito!
Deserve!
Tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now.
I'm so happy!
No applause? Fine.
Oh, I applaud.
It's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
Do you really believe that you're fine? You don't sound fine. I shouldn't be mean to him just for the sake of being mean, but I actually should. Like, he deserves it, but I am supposed to be trying to help him. But, like, I also kind of just want to be mean to him. We'll ask him,
Do you really believe that you are fine?
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here.
You
Just let me
deserve.
come here and tell you everything's fine. Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Here's a question, Harriman. Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now. I don't want to help him. I don't want to help him. Like, should we say, let's see if you can focus on the things you can change right now? Is that actually helpful? Having him self-reflect could help him be less of a piece of shit in the future. Oh, no, yeah, I totally agree. He needs to self-reflect. He needs to understand that he's a shithead. I feel like Evelyn's trying to help him. Like, I feel like he doesn't need help. Well, I mean, he does need help to stop being a piece of shit, but he doesn't need help in, like, a comforting way. He needs help in the way that told that he's being an asshole. Like, sometimes that is helpful. To be told, hey, you're being an asshole, please stop. Like, you know, be better. Like, that is actually helpful sometimes. Like, some people need that slap back to reality. Not an actual slap, but like, just, you know, just some sense. Focus on things you can change right now. Should I say that? I feel like he's gonna take that, like, and not think to better himself, though. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna try and better himself if I say that. But I also don't think that Eliza is gonna go down the route of bettering himself. So maybe we choose this option, just hope.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it.
He's insufferable.
There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I? If there was just some way I could get over her... there must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly?
We are not focused on the problem here. The problem is that you're an absolute dipshit.
I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. Oh, I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many. But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now.
She must have been like fucking bombshell beautiful or something. I mean, like, holy. Come on, dude.
A new man. A man built with suffering at his core.
You are suffering.
You could prescribe
I am
me a draught
suffering.
of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
I think I need to say something that you might not want to hear. Please call him an asshole or something.
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear.
Please.
Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt?
Okay, this is something. This isn't as, you know, like, of much of a slap as I would hope for, but it's something.
You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering. Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself. That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me.
How is it so hard for some people to comprehend that everyone else around them is also a person experiencing the same things that they are? How is that so impossible for some people to understand? I don't understand that. Like, how do they not understand that, like, you are not the main character? Like, you are not the main character. Like, you are you, and everyone else is them. Like, everyone else is living their own lives, too. It's wild to me that some people, like, genuinely can't comprehend this.
But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes, I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
That was not as much. I wish we could have told him to fuck himself. Would you like to visit again? I'm really busy. Just interested to get a read on your current thinking. I'll update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very, very fast. Let me know. I'm not interested. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off much longer. I'll have to make a real decision soon. Playing a dangerous game here. Oh ho ho! Oh ho ho! I mean, of course he's keeping tabs. He's keeping tabs on me, huh? I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza Corpus retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Then I should have been a therapist. That's a great answer. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years ago, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions, and that led to me being far more interested in getting you returned to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? You'd say I was a statistical outlier. Not especially, no. Indeed.
I just feel
Oh, this guy.
stuck.
Okay. We got some words for this motherfucker.
You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby.
Of course
All
it
baby,
is.
all the time. It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me.
I hate you too.
I'm not even sure if she likes me right now.
I hope she doesn't.
This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
The consequences of your actions.
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this.
You're not up for this. But you can try your fucking best, because now you have to.
But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all. Just some thoughts.
What'd you say?
She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish."
She's right.
She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating.
She's also right.
As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that.
You can also, you don't have to know exactly who you are. You can just let people know that you don't know who you are. That's fine too. Like that is an option. And if they don't like that, then they can leave. You know what I mean? Like, you just be honest. If you don't know who you are, tell them that you don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Like,
I still don't know who I am.
okay, that's good to know. You should have maybe made that clear.
If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids.
Oh my god, why would you get a wife and kids then? I don't understand.
Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself.
Why would you propose? Why would you get married?
It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool,
She was cool, so I married her. She was cool, so I married her, and then we had a kid, because she was cool. She was cool.
I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good.
I mean, you can change your perspective. You know what I mean? You meet the right person, you can change your perspective, but he obviously didn't change his perspective. He just didn't think. Like, that's it. He just didn't think, and he just let things happen. You know what I mean? Like, you can obviously change your perspective, but he didn't change his perspective because now he regrets it. So he didn't change his perspective. He just stopped thinking about it and was just like, oh, like, everything will work out. And it's like, no.
And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough.
So he misleaded her too. And he misleaded her. I mean, okay. I'm not saying it's okay, but misleading with marriage, it's not the end of the world. You can get divorced. You're still an asshole. You're still a fucking asshole. But, you've only ruined one person's life. You know what I mean? Then, once you have a kid, now you've ruined 2 people's lives. Like, even more so. Like, what the fuck? At that point, you're not an asshole. You're just a bad person. like, what?
But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't.
Yes, but you should not do things that have consequences if you don't know for sure. Why is this so hard to understand?
I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on, so
That was obviously not the path you should have been on.
the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and
You know why the relationship kept moving forward? You know why? Is because you did not inform her of anything. If you had informed her, maybe she would have thought about her own perspective. And maybe, like, communication is important. Like, communication is important. Maybe she didn't even really want to have kids. Maybe she would have been happy as a life without children. But she assumed that that's what he wanted. And so she just assumed that that's something that she should want to, and she is okay with that. You know what I mean? But if they had communicated, maybe she would have been like, you know what? I don't really want kids that much either. You know what I mean? Like, we can always wait, or we can just not have kids. You know what I mean? And we can be happy. Or, you know, she could have been like, okay, you're not sure what you want right now. We can wait. You know what I mean? And but you need to think about it and come to a decision. And once you come to a decision, we can reconcile and figure shit out. You know what I mean? But no, he's a fucking idiot. He communicated nothing. He ruined her life, and he's gonna lead the kid to have a bad life now because he's a fucking asshole.
and then when I got married to her, it was like I was on autopilot.
Well, your autopilot just fucking crashed you into a mountain.
It's possible.
Congratulations.
I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
How do you ignore your wife? What? How do you expect you can ignore your wife and she will go away? How does that work? Explain that to me. Like, what? What are the parts you thought you could ignore? Oh, maybe there's other stuff. Maybe there's other stuff.
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that.
Is he gay, maybe?
I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all.
Oh. That might explain a lot more, actually. Okay. Now I feel bad for calling him an asshole as much. Because he might not feel like he can be open about it. But I mean, still, it's still kind of your fault. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't, lead a woman on, get married, and then have a kid. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming.
And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake.
I don't think he'd say normal person. So it might be something else.
I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
Pretending to be what? But what happened if you didn't pretend anymore?
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives.
Then maybe you shouldn't pretend.
Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives, it's not their
Her
fault.
child's life. Her child's life. No, it's your child's life. It is your child. It is like
I'm the one bringing it all down.
Yes, you are.
How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
Yeah, you kind of are. I'm gonna be honest. You are. I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others. But do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy? Whatever I want personally just doesn't matter here, I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
The sad thing is that his line of thinking now is correct. Like he's saying the right things now. You know what I mean? Like that his family should take priority. And it's sad because he deserves to be happy too. And he deserves to not have to pretend to be someone he isn't, regardless of what it is that he's pretending. But the thing is that he has a kid now. And like that kid is his responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe he can still take care of the kid and be who he wants to be. I don't know what he means, though. We don't know what he means specifically. And you'll continue to suffer. I mean, yeah, I think we have to tell him to stop pretending, because he can still be a good dad potentially. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he's gotten himself into a city situation, but maybe he can pull it back somehow. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if he's happier, he can be better for the people around him that he needs to be for now, because he has a kid now. He can't just, get divorced and just forget these people exist. He has to continue. He has to continue the path down. He's made an irreversible decision at this point. You know what I mean? Like, he has to continue. So,
And you'll continue to suffer?
Well, yeah, that's what men do. I made a promise, and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises.
I mean, he's right. It's sad. It's sad, and it's sad and depressing. But
If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good.
he can still get a divorce, and be gay while supporting his child too. I'm not sure. I mean, I assume that's what it's saying. I mean, to be fair, if he does feel like if he does feel negatively then about being gay, then he might say the normal thing. Like if he's hating himself for it, which he obviously is. So, which is sad, because he shouldn't feel that way.
I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be.
Nothing
the
wrong
man
with
I'm
that as long as
supposed
he's
to be.
supporting his child. Yeah, I mean, he can still. I think that is the right way to go about things now. You know what I mean? To stop pretending, be the person he wants to be, while also still upholding his promise, supporting his child, whether it be financially or, I mean, I do think you should support more than financially. I think you should support emotionally. So he ruined his poor wife's life. Yeah, he did.
I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
You sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you? Go be his true
And
self.
you're
Yeah,
sure you'll be able to
he
keep
should. I
ignoring
mean, he
what's
deserves to be
bothering you?
happy.
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
Oh, dude, that's not the right way to do it, man.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true, something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking. It's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden.
Maybe, but it's not fair.
But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated.
It is a complicated situation, but you got to find your way out somehow, man.
I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
I feel bad for hating on him so much now. I mean, he's still an asshole because he really should not. Like, I mean, he, like, at some point you have to stop. You know what I mean? There's consequences, and it's other people's lives you're affecting. You know what I mean? But I do feel bad for hating on him a little too much now. Well then. Deviating from the Eliza script, how do I feel about that? Not used to being rebellious. I wonder what happens now. Deactivation warning. Deactivation notice. Oh shit, we've been deactivated. May be deactivated as an Eliza proxy soon. You have incurred 2 infractions on your Eliza proxy account for the following reasons. Deviating from the provided Eliza script. Further infractions may result in the deactivation of your account and the loss of your ability to work as a proxy for Eliza. If you have any questions or wish to dispute the infractions recorded to your account, please visit the Skanda support portal. This is to inform you that you've been deactivated as an Eliza proxy. You'll no longer be able to provide proxy service for Eliza, and your keycard access has been revoked. You have incurred 3 infractions on your proxy account because you deviated from the provided script. If you have any questions or wish to dispute infractions, portal. Who is important to you? Nora! Oh, look at the cat. Look at the kitty cat. Kitty cat. Time for a game of solitaire. Time for a game of solitaire. We gotta get this dub. Gotta get this dub. So many posts made from the perspective of the poor wives of people like that. It's nothing but agony because they've just been lied to for years. After marriage and children, the person they're with is just pretending until they can't anymore instead of being honest from the start. Really sad stuff. No, yeah, it is. It's sad that people feel like they need to pretend. You know, I don't think it's inherently their fault. I do think they have some part to blame because at some point you need to realize the other people's lives you're affecting. That's the only reason they have any reason to blame themselves, is because of the other people's lives that they're ruining and creating these issues with other people's lives. But it is sad that they feel the need to pretend at all, because they shouldn't feel that way. So it's just a sad situation all around, to be honest. It is sad, but I think the right way to go is to just stop pretending, because eventually it's gonna hurt people eventually anyways, you know what I mean? Fuck. Have I lost? I think I've lost. Wait, I can maybe move this over here. Need that one. That's so sad. That's so sad that I need that one. I could put that there. Oh wait, no, I'm good. Good. Do that. Do that. And then I can do this. Okay, we're kind of gaming right now. Kind of gaming. Kind of fucking gaming. Fuck. It'll instantly complete if I do that, though. If I do this, though. Boom. Look at that. I'm a fucking champion! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We try and do the last one? I feel like I'm on a roll. I feel like I'm on a roll. We gotta try it. We gotta try it. Okay. These first moves are the most important. These first moves are the most important. The most important thing I have to do is try and get a stack. So I should look for something that already has like a couple placed in a row, maybe? I don't see any, though. Rough. Like, I'm thinking like these three. I want these 3 slots to be lined up. There's nothing, though. Well, at least attempt this round, because there's no reason not to. I can get a stack really easily. If I move that up there, I can move those, and then I can move that, and then I can move... I can't move that one, though. It's rough. Move that up there. How am I gonna get rid of this? Shit. Maybe I should do a different stack. Maybe I should do this one? No. I'm gonna try this. I need to think ahead, though. Wait. The problem is I won't be able to get that one out. That's the only card causing me problems right now is that one card. What if I do something else then? No, there's no real way to do that. Wait. No, there is. I'm dumb. We can do this. Then we do this. Then we do this. Then we do this. Then we do this. Boom, we have a stack. Now we've got an extra slot. Okay, now I need to think about my next moves. From this point. What would be the best play here? Probably get the windmills, maybe? Where's my other windmill? No, it's all the way at the bottom. That can stack there. This one go anywhere? No, it can't. Okay, maybe this? No. I could maybe try and stack the windmills elsewhere. I can't get rid of this card, though. Could move that up there. Yeah, I think this is the play. So I could move this up here. But then I can't do anything to get rid of those right ones to get that windmill. And that windmill's all the way at the bottom, dude. Fuck. What's the play here? I think I need to do something else instead. Is there any moves here, really? There's not really many moves, dude. Not really many moves. What if I do this, actually? Wait. Not quite. Fuck. I'm in a difficult spot. Fuck. I I don't see a move here, honestly. I'm trying to think ahead and I don't see a move. Like, there's things I could do, yes, but I just don't see a way to, like, pull out the dub, you know? I could move this, and then I could stack that. Doesn't really help me, though. I don't think I should play with that card. Which means I shouldn't play with the windmill either. So, in that case, I mean, here is a good strat, I think. I mean, I could move that there. I think. Fuck, this is really tough, man. This game is like really hard. It's a really hard type of solitaire. This is some tough solitaire. Usually solitaire is really easy, I feel like, but this is actually pretty tough. I think I'm just gonna do this for now. It might make me lose, but I would rather just restart, I think I just lost. I didn't realize I had nowhere to put this. Fuck. Yeah, I think that's over already. Shit. I don't think there's any moves I can make from this point, right? Yeah. I didn't realize it was that detrimental. We try again, One more round and then we'll continue. That's good. That's a good setup right there. That's a good setup. So I want to go for that, I think. I can put that card up there. Oh, that one's all the way at the bottom of there, though, bro. Fuck. What about this one? That one's there. And I could put the windmill there. Okay. We're kind of gaming. I could either put those there. I don't think that's the play. Wait, no, it is. It is the play. It is the play. Then I can do this. Then I just need this one. Okay. Okay. I need a windmill bad. Do I just do this? That's a risky fucking play though, dude. A risky fucking play. That's a real risky play. Wish you could stick full stacks. That would make it a lot easier. Do I do this? This is risky, dude. This is risky. I think it's too risky. I think I lose if I do that. I don't know what other plays I can really make at this point. Is there any play where one card is going to make an opening for me? I don't particularly think so. Like moving one card. You don't want to make too many stacks. You don't want to make too many stacks, because as soon as you start making stacks, you can't put them up here without, like, because now if I do this, it doesn't open anything. You know what I mean? No openings are made. So it reduces your options so massively. So my options are, I could put this up here, then move this over, then move this back down. That doesn't really accomplish much. I could just leave it up there, and then, but then I still have one card here. I need one more opening, that's the problem. But it's a tough game, man. Tough game. Tough game. Yeah, I think I'm screwed. I don't think there's any plays I can make. I could maybe put this up here. Does that do anything? No. Does nothing. I think I do this. Now what? Is there any play I can make off of that? I don't think so. Wait, there is. This next move is really important. I can either put those there, in which case I need to get rid of those 3 cards. Oh wait, no, I'm 1 off. Fuck. Oh, it's so close to victory. If I do this, no. I don't think there's anything I can do from this situation. If I do this, I open up a complete slot, so I can put anything I want there. The problem is that there just isn't really any good options. Wait, there is. And we wait. Don't just do things rash. We need to think. Give me my achievement. We did it! We did it! Nice. Achievement get. Let's go. Who is he? I know, dude. I know. This is a message from Allison Zolfia. Apologies in advance for the awkwardness here. I'm not even sure if I have the right email address, but anyways, here goes. Dear Evelyn, several years ago, you came and visited Professor Ralston's class to describe the research work you were doing at Skanta. I was in that class, and of all the guest speakers we had, your words struck a deep chord with me. The moment you explained what drove you to create your listening machines, as you called them at the time, I finally knew what I was going to do with my life. I was a junior then. Now I'm a grad student at the UW Reality Lab, studying ways we can infer contextual information at the sentence level. It's small-scale stuff and nothing compared to what you were doing, but the hope of contributing my own, however limited way, is what keeps me motivated throughout the hardships. Ever since I heard you left Skanda and went off the grid for a while ago, I often wondered what happened to you. Thought about writing you a number of times, but every time I started a draft, I would eventually stop because I thought it might be bothering you when clearly you wanted to leave everything behind. I finally worked up the nerve this afternoon after a group of high school students came through the lab on a tour. Speaking to the kids, I realized that each of us pays forward our outreach, linking us in a chain that stretches backward and forward in time. That's why it's so important for me to be able to express my appreciation. You inspired me, and you continue to do so. Thank you. Allie. Yes. No need to reply. I'm sure you're either still off the grid or else you're super busy on some super secret amazing new project. Stuff like this is actually really meaningful, and people don't do it enough. Like, just saying how you feel, and just like, people leave stuff unspoken too much in the world, I feel like. You know, just telling like your friends that you appreciate them, you know, telling your family members that you love them, telling someone you know what I mean? Like, I feel like stuff like this is left unspoken too much. So I really do recommend saying stuff like that. I think you always make more waves than you think, and it's usually always a good thing. Just saying how you feel, telling people that you appreciate them, telling people that, you know, how you feel about them, that kind of stuff. Obviously good things. If you tell people that you feel about them in bad ways, then that's not really gonna be positive. But Nora asked if we could hang out again. Soren also wanted to meet up. Honestly, I could probably ask Ray if I could visit her place again too. Even tell Rainer I want to speak with him again, though I doubt he would take me up on it. I don't have enough social energy for all of them. I'll pick one person to meet up with again. Nora! 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 I'll hang out with Nora. Nora's like the only good person. I visited Nora at her place again. Naturally, the conversation drifted to synthesizers, even though I still don't know anything about them. There.
You know what I wish? I wish Elisa's made a rack mount version of the Andromeda.
What's this you're talking about?
Sorry. The Andromeda was like a synth that was like, just this real
The only real choice, I know.
16 voices with analog oscillators.
Everybody else
analog
is a pain in the
filters.
ass. And honestly, Soren and Rainer are kind of assholes. Like, not even worth knowing. Ray is alright, she's just kind of a pain in the ass. But, I mean, she's not a bad person or anything. She's just kind of irritating.
Go on.
How can I describe it? It has this great fat American sound.
Wow.
I love it so much. But the keyboard is heavy and hard to carry around. So I wish they put it in a box. Don't look at me like that. Yes, this is what I do all day. I stay inside my flat, buried in my synths and techno toys. To be honest, it's been a strange feeling lately. Like, wow, this is really what I do for my living. I don't get invited to attend events and give talks much anymore. The industry moved on. They mostly ignore me now. The people I used to know, they don't stay in contact. I'm not useful to know anymore.
Okay, there's nothing wrong
It's
with
like
that.
the establishment is a big bus pulling away from me, and I'm standing by the side
Yeah,
of
if
the
you're
street
happy with it, that's a
watching
good
drive
thing.
away. But you know, I'm happy with this. I don't have to worry if someone is friends with me just because I work at Skanda.
Yeah.
I don't feel this weird, oppressive hierarchy where people try to figure out where they are relative to you on a ladder when they first meet you.
Oh, that is awful.
It's nice to be free of that, you know? I don't hold power anymore.
But I mean, she's still gonna run into that in the whole techno music business too. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff is just, it's just like human society nature. Sadly, it's gross, but
I would never go back. Not to Skanda or any other big tech place.
well, I mean, it's probably worse in the tech place for sure.
Not for any amount of money.
Good for you. Glad that you found a situation you like.
I'm glad you found a situation you like. I need to do the same for myself.
Yeah.
You could join me. I want to make something big. A great big work of art, you know?
Doesn't really seem like it's Evelyn's thing.
I don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but I've got the ideas running around. Evelyn, what if we work together on it? I feel like we could accomplish a lot working together, no? Well, you don't need silly guys like Soren or Rainer. We should be building amazing things for ourselves, not for anyone else.
I think maybe we should. I have no idea what you'd want to make though. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. Kind of a middle option. Trying new things. Yeah, trying new things isn't bad. I think we go for the middle option. It's a nice idea. Ideal. That's like the negative, like, no, it's not gonna happen. I think we go for the middle option. That's how I feel about it.
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
Well, we'll get to that part. Don't worry about it for now. Maybe we can make an installation. I have a friend looking for something to do with this warehouse space in Sodo that would be perfect for some kind of location-based experience. Or maybe I could make music, and you could come up with a visual engine that we could perform together. We'd have to come up with a band name. Oh, wait. I just had an incredible idea. Hold on.
I'm ready to cringe.
Okay, listen to this. What if we created an open source
I thought she was
version
gonna
of the
make a
Eliza
band name.
core? Get that software into the hands of the people where it belongs, not owned and controlled by
I thought you
big
wanted to get
company.
away from all that. I'm just confused.
That might make Rainer angry. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe the Humanitarian Software Foundation would help us. Couldn't you see them getting on board with this idea?
An interesting thought. I thought she wanted to get away. I mean, but she's. I feel like she just wants to rebel. Honestly, she just wants to flip the bird to everyone and anyone she can. I mean, I'm not against it. It's not a bad idea. It would make Rainer very angry. That's kind of. It's an interesting thought.
That's an interesting thought.
Evelyn, being around you is really nice. You make me feel so calm, like everything is going to be okay.
+1 GF.
I know you have things to do and plans and so on, but whatever you decide, I hope we could still hang out together.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd really like to.
Yeah, I'd really like to. I don't know why we never did this before. Too busy, I guess.
Or maybe we weren't ready.
Ready?
People change. Situations change.
True.
Well, I'm ready now. I'm
Aw.
sorry it took so long. Sometimes I forget there are people who care.
Evelyn, you could stay over one night. I mean, if you want.
Nora romance. Oh my god, I know.
It doesn't have to be tonight, of course. Just if you feel like it.
Maybe I could. Maybe I will. Sometime.
Oh, that's cute. Air is so clear and cold here. There's an icy breeze coming over the sound. I wonder how many people I'm seeing right now. All of them with their own feelings and desires, their own fears and hopes and dreams and disappointments. The weight and significance and complexity of human lives. From a vantage point like this, it seems so small and distant. I'm not a part of it, even though I know I am. I'm part of humanity, even though I don't always like it. Sonder? What? Did I say it wrong? Make some noise, yeah. Even though it sometimes pushes me away. I don't know why it took so long, but at least I have an answer now. Might not be the only answer, but it's good enough for the moment, and that's more than I had before. Yes, I'm sure now. Going to... Name of the feeling of realizing everyone has their own little complex worlds and thoughts and dreams and problems. Ah, okay. Return to Skanda and work for Rainer on developing Eliza. Join Soren at his startup and attempt to end human suffering. Continue to work as a proxy with Ray until I'm a licensed counselor. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora. Or leave everything behind. Okay, so the only... like, the first two options are disgusting. The third option is questionable. The fourth option is fun, but the fifth option I feel like is maybe the best option. But does that mean leave Nora behind too? That's the only part I'm kind of unsure about. Does that mean leave Nora behind? It does say leave everything behind. So I'm uncertain. I don't want to make a bad decision. If I leave everything behind and then we don't end up being friends with Nora, I'll be sad. Nora seems like a genuine friend. Forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora is, I mean, maybe that's a good option. That's the impression I get since it has Nora's an option and then the leave everything behind one. Yeah. But Nora said that, like, no matter what you choose, I hope, like, we can still hang out and stuff, right? That's what she said, right? I think she said that. I kind of want to choose to leave everything behind. I don't know. I'm uncertain. I think so. What if, but if we end up leaving Nora behind, I'll be kind of sad. I don't know how I feel about the forge an independent path and pursue art alongside Nora. I feel like that's kind of I'm unsure. Unsure about that one. I'm either choosing one of these two. Dropping shit. I'm either choosing one of these two. Art is kind of fun. I mean, it doesn't have to be forever. You can always art with Nora, and then if it's not for you, then pee pee poof. Yeah, yeah. Might help us figure out what we want a little bit more, you know what I mean? And Nora's a nice friend, it seems. Leave everything behind. I mean, Nora has been like our only friend, but I don't know if that means we should go into a business with her. That seems like a bad idea. Leave everything behind. Oh, fuck. I kind of want to choose everything behind. Like, if we leave everything behind, but we still hang out with Nora, I feel like that's like best option for me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of conflicted. Kind of conflicted. I don't know, the art stuff doesn't seem like Evelyn's thing though. Doesn't seem like she's interested in it. Fuck, what if I choose to leave everything behind then and then we don't even talk to Nora anymore? We like fucking ghost her. That's sad. It's like real sad. I'm gonna choose leave everything behind. I'm choosing it. Leave everything behind. Last option does seem like the most like what Evelyn wants, yeah. The city has changed over the years. It's changed so much that it doesn't work for me in the way it used to. I need something different. Fundamentally different. Not sure what that'll be just yet, but it's definitely not something that involves the people I've been talking to recently. No! Not Nora! I'll be sorry to disappoint everyone, but I know my future lies elsewhere. No! Seattle, I'll be gone soon. It was alright while it lasted. Grab my hands. I do think that it might be what will make her happiest, though. To be honest.
No, this will work.
Damn, it's a flashback.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I think I'm good for right now.
Nah, see? See? There it goes.
Shit. Flames shudder and wobble as they begin to spread to the logs, which crackle and hiss at the heat. For a while, the wildly leaping flames begin to steady themselves, and we settle in around the pit.
Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Nora.
Maybe a couple times, when I was a kid.
I thought maybe since we're in pretty deep on all the things we're working on right now, we could all use it. Because I used to, you know, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me. So I thought, you know, maybe it would help you too. I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, you know, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice. Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
You know, Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You know you're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
I don't know what a dissertation is.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
Yeah, see?
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
For a bag, I can pull out a thermos. Hands out plastic cups and pours them a warm, dark liquid.
Okay, this is delicious. You know, I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
I don't know what mulled wine is.
No, in my family, we always had it around this time of year.
Your subject, especially unwritten, is a requirement for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Gotcha.
You take red wine and add, what, Cinnamon, orange.
Yeah, those, and cloves, and anise, star anise, and honey.
Sounds kind of
That's it.
tasty.
Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
No, I like that though. Yeah, something to help you reflect. I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. And just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over.
In regards to fire and silence for a while, sipping Nora's mulled wine.
There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But I don't know, somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why.
Or
I just
Damien.
have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it.
That, dude, I feel like I felt that important. Holy shit. I wish I felt that important. Not that I feel that important. I meant I wish I had that feeling of importance. How could you possibly feel that important? Like, I can't even comprehend that. Like, how could you even, like, how? Like, I mean, I just feel like I'm just trying to get through life, you know what I mean? Like, that's a wild feeling, I feel like.
Not we, like, you know, you or me, but I mean
Oh, okay,
our
okay.
generation.
Okay, thank you for clarifying, Damien, because I thought you were fucking God's gift or something.
Perhaps.
Maybe we will. I have my doubts.
Maybe we will.
Well, the important thing is to try.
Try.
I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Sometimes you get tired of trying.
Do
Well, at least
or do
I
not.
do.
There is no try.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now.
Fuck. You're dead, bro.
You know, what we haven't.
Sorry to tell you.
What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? The future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen?
What's up with this
Future
guy?
selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Damien,
It's the wine.
it's more than just the wine.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all. My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason.
Man,
to
how much
worry about
fucking
it
wine
now.
are they drinking, bruh?
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
Okay.
I think I'm passing out.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
I think that's probably the end.
I heard already. You're not coming back to Skanda.
Fucking hell, Erland. I don't want to talk to you, motherfucker. I don't want to talk to you, motherfucker. I don't like you, motherfucker. He's alright. He's not the worst.
I'm a little sad that I won't get a chance to work with you.
Mirage, I recognize his voice too. He does a lot of voice acting, supposedly. I like his voice actor.
But I'm sure you had good reasons.
You have good
I
reason.
just want you to know I'll always respect your creation.
I appreciate
I'll
that.
take care of it for as long as I can.
Thank you, Erland.
Appreciate that, man.
There's something I want to tell you about working at Skanda, and I hope you don't take it in a negative way. I think your heart is in the right place, but your idealism is going to hold you back. I'm not sure the place is suited to you. You saw it already. They're going to ask you to do things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
They might only be small things, but even small things build over time.
He's not wrong.
It's going to be up to you to decide how to manage that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. When this opportunity first came up, I was so excited. Running a program at Skanda right after school, at my age, it was just, I had to do it.
That's fair.
Now I'm realizing maybe this is less of a blessing than I thought it was.
You can always leave, get a new
Or
job.
maybe it is a blessing, just not in the way I first imagined. I still want to do the best job I can for the company. I want to be a great engineer and a great leader. I know it's a lot of responsibility, but I can't let the things I believe in be erased either.
Yeah.
Is that going to work? will I be able to balance those things?
Probably not.
What if I've made compromises and I didn't even know it? Will I still be myself?
Important
Learning that
questions to
you've
ask.
been through some of the same things, faced the same kinds of decisions, it's nice to know. It's nice to know these concerns, these compromises, they aren't new.
Yeah.
They're decisions everyone has to make.
Pause for a moment studying his empty coffee cup.
The other day I realized nobody's really asked me if I was okay. For whatever reason, I just kept moving here and there, and everyone assumed, oh, he's smart, he'll be fine. But I mean, if it's alright with you, maybe I could still talk to you once in a while.
Feel free if you think that would be valuable. Where's the no option? Where's the no option, huh? Why can't I say no? I don't want to talk to him. I think this stuff is bad for Evelyn. You know what I mean? Like, she shouldn't be so close to, like, I don't want to be hearing about this shit forever. You know what I mean? Erlen needs to figure shit out for himself. Like, we're not his fucking mentor. You know what I mean? Like we are negatively being impacted by helping him. Like, I just, you know, like, figure shit out for yourself. I don't know. I guess I'll say if you think that'd be valuable, because I can't say no, so. I think that'd be valuable.
If you think that'd be valuable.
What if Evelyn had someone to help her through this kind of stuff when she was younger? I don't think she needed help, though. Like, what we created wasn't bad until Damien died, remember? Like, it wasn't until we left the company that they started making changes to it. The idea of what we had, I mean, honestly, even now, I don't think what that we've made is actually bad. Like, I don't think there's any, like, thing negative about it. It's just not that positive. Like, it could have been more positive, sure, but I don't think it's that much of, like, a disappointment or a bad creation.
I would. Thanks, Evelyn.
Well,
You've really helped me.
Well,
I hope I can repay it somehow.
You can't.
Don't worry about it for now. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure he won't. How is he going to repay it?
There is no message, no point, no overarching story here. At one point, I worked for Skanda.
I feel like that's the developer fucking saying that straight up.
At one point, I was involved in the creation of a computerized counseling system. Then I lost my way, and nothing happened. And still, nothing happened. I can look at these facts, but I see them as though they were someone else's life, not mine. Sometimes a radical break with the past is inevitable. When the past holds no meaning anymore, whatever value it held gone, now I am nobody. Not necessarily in a bad way. The external facts that used to define me simply don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So now I'll wander back to a past I never knew and a father I never met.
No, go forward.
I wonder if I can find him.
No, what the fuck? Why do we care? Who the fuck cares? Why are we?
All I know is that he's somewhere in Japan with
What
a
the
different
fuck?
family, his own.
Why do we
family.
care about that guy?
A family entirely separate from me. I don't even know why my mother kept me away from him.
Because there's no point. Like, what the fuck? What a waste of our time.
Was she trying to protect me? Was it?
Fuck,
nothing?
we should have went and hang out with Nora, dude. What a terrible decision. Okay, if it had said leave everything behind and search for our father, I would have not chose that option. It was not clear that that was the plan, okay?
The more I think about it, the more I start to realize everything I've done.
Like,
came from this basic fact
what the
of my
fuck?
life.
Nora, please save me. Save me, Nora.
As much as I wanted to pretend it didn't affect me at all.
Save me. I don't want to do this,
I need to
Nora.
confront this part of me. This part of my
No,
past,
you don't.
Even if it happened before I was born. Even if none of it was my fault.
Bro, nobody cares.
It's part of me, whether I like it or not, so I have to deal with it.
Yes, but you don't need to go.
I'm only just now starting to understand.
So all of our problems came from the fact that we didn't have a dad, apparently. All of our problems. That is the source of our issues. No. Just no. Is that really her takeaway from all of this?
What a fool I've been. I built a program to listen to people, but I myself heard nothing. All I have now is the barest thread. Enough to carry me across the ocean, at least. A pilgrimage into the unknown. Once again, I've become an empty vessel, ready to be filled with new life.
Is that it? Is that actually it? What the fuck? I chose a bad option. It was never ever noted that that was her plan. Never noted. It was never noted that that was her plan. We all knew they would, but man, they struggle with that ending. I should have chose the Nora option. I should have chose the Nora option for sure. I want to see the name of the Damien guy. Roger Craig Smith. How much stuff is he in? Regular show. He does Batman in Batman Arkham Origins. God, he does a lot of voice acting. Holy. I mean, I know voice acting is a small... 363 previous projects. That's crazy. Oh shit, Mission Control and Helldivers 2 is him. That's kind of cool. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, like, why did she care? I don't understand. Should I go and choose the other decision? Like, I don't understand that. Like, the game never stated that that was what was gonna happen. Like, it never stated that, like, she's gonna, like, that she wanted to go look for her dad. I would have definitely not chosen the last option if that was actually stated in any way. That's kind of disappointing. I don't think the ending was that bad. I think that... There's a lot to unpack here. That's the problem. There's a lot to unpack. I actually feel like it ended in a more satisfying way than I thought it would. Despite it being like just not like I kind of like what they're doing. I think it's quite unique in the fact that it's like a story that isn't some big twist at the end or oh some big like you know you need to be the hero or anything like that. It's quite different, you know what I mean? It's just telling a story and it felt very real in a way, you know what I mean? Which I think is well done. And I think there is something about that. I think it's just kind of inherently disappointing because of what we're used to these days, which is kind of sad because I don't think there's anything actually inherently wrong with it. I think the story writing was kind of just a bit iffy. I think the writing when it came to the people and the dialogue and that stuff was actually quite good. I don't feel like I had many choices, to be honest, up until the end. I don't feel like anything I did up until the end was actually important at all. Like, when I was choosing to talk to those people, that seemed like I was actually doing something. That felt like I was actually making decisions. But I think that there was, like, 3 whole times that I felt like I had a decision. Which is, I got to choose who to hang out with at the end. And I chose Nora. I had dialogue with Nora where I got to make some decisions. And I got to make that big decision at the end. And then talking with as the proxy at the end where I got to actually deviate off the script. Those are where I actually got to make choices. But maybe that's meaningful. Maybe it was supposed to be meaningful in that way, that up until that point, I had just been on autopilot, you know what I mean? And I had really taken charge and taken control, and that's when we started to actually make decisions for ourselves, you know what I mean? Maybe it was supposed to be, like, symbolic in that way. But I feel like if that was, then they should have made that a little bit more clear with the, like, her, like, kind of snapping to kind of thing, just to make it a little bit more obvious. I mean, obviously, it's not how it is in the real world, and that would have been, like, a little bit over the top, but it would have gotten the point across a little bit better, I think. You know what I mean? Of that it was supposed to be like, hey, you know, you're taking control. I mean, it did kind of feel that way. I think that it's a well-made game, but I have my gripes with it. I'm happy I played it. I think it's very interesting, and some of the dialogue, and not dialogue as in actual dialogue, but the dialogue happening throughout the game, the overarching dialogue, and the stories and the meaningful stuff happening in the game is interesting, and I think it prompts interesting questions, discussions, topics, and ideas, and I think that's quite well done. And I think the writing, I don't know, is it's not even the issue. The issue was the fact that she decided to go find her father, even though it was only ever mentioned once before. But I get that she's struggling with, so maybe this is something to start with finding herself. This would have felt more to know she was going to do something else in a new city that had to do with the main plot, like becoming a counselor or something. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, do we have that as an option? We did. Like, we work as a proxy and then become a counselor, right? So, I mean, that was an option. I think that it's frustrating for me because it did not state that she was going to look for her father at all. And I really don't think that's a good idea. I think it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know. I mean, personally, I feel like people put way too much emphasis on blood relatives and stuff like that. Like, I understand wanting some closure for that kind of thing, but, like, that person is nothing. You know what I mean? He means nothing. Like, what actually happened, the fact that you grew up without a father and you felt like you were abandoned and unwanted, that feeling is never going to go away. You know what I mean? Like, that is never going to go away. You can never fix that. Finding the person, finding your father and talking to him is not going to make that unwanted feeling go away. You know what I mean? Like, you still grew up without one. You still didn't have one. You still felt unwanted for your entire life. There's a potential for closure depending on what they say, but it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I guess the idea of closure, but that's not like a big thing. Like, maybe you should just try and get in contact, like, online. Going and trying to find him in person and trying to, like, you're not going to have a relationship with this person. That person is it's a stranger. It's a complete stranger. Like, I don't know. But I don't put much weight in, like, blood relations because I don't think that's where your family comes from. Your family comes from the people who care about you and are there for you. The people that are your family. Not just people who are related to you. Like, I don't know. Personally, I think you do choose your family. You choose the people that you care about, the people that you know care about you, the people that have got your back no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those people are your family, not just people you're related to. But I get that she wants closure because that feeling of feeling unwanted is never going to go away. But at this point, you need to think about it from the point you're at now rather than stew in the past and think, do I care that this random stranger, like, wants to be part of my life? You know what I mean? Like, do you care about that now? Like, yes, it hurt you in the past, but going forward from this point in time, the present time, do I care? And the reality is no. Like, why would you care? Like, that's like a random stranger on the street. Oh, why don't you want to be part of my family? It's like, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? It's like, that was a decision that somebody made 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, I mean, people put way too much emphasis on blood relations, in my opinion. Because you could say, like, oh, he's actively making the decision every day. And it's like, no, he's a stranger. You know what I mean? Like, he probably does not care at all. I don't know. I mean, I do think you have a responsibility to your children forever. I think that responsibility is always there for their entire life. You know what I mean? For your entire life. But obviously that guy made his decision. You know what I mean? He made a choice to get rid of that responsibility. And you're never going to be able to change that decision that he made. You know what I mean? Which is shitty of him, 100%. But you got to live your own life. You know what I mean? But I get that she wants closure and it might help her. So it kind of makes sense. But I feel like the game should have made that clear. Like, maybe that should have been an option in and of itself. But it really did only mention it once. It mentioned it once. So, I mean, like, if that's what she thinks will make her feel better, sure enough. I disagree with that decision. But that's not really the problem. The problem is that it only picked it once, or it only mentioned it once, and it did not tell me that picking that option was a thing. Like, if they wanted to make that an option, they should have fleshed it out more, added more things than just saying it once, and had it as its own separate option. Like, you know, go to Japan and try and find your father. Like, but like, I mean, like, I also think that choosing that option is fucking stupid. Like, fair enough, trying to, like, get in contact online. Fair enough. You know what I mean? You want the closure, get in contact online. But, like, going to Japan and trying to meet this person who is a complete stranger at this point, like, 30-plus years down the line, like, that's just foolish. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. That's just foolish. Like, it's like, you're not going to have a happy ending with that. Like, you know what I mean? At least contacting online, it's very minimal effort. You know what I mean? You're not emotionally putting much into it, and you can actually have, like, a satisfying closure from that. Whereas, like, going all the way to Japan and, like, trying to find this person, like, you're putting way too much emotional effort into that it's just going to be disappointing no matter what the outcome is. Even if the outcome is positive, it's still going to be disappointing. I don't know. I disagree with that very heavily, but I do have my own stance on, like, family that's quite different from the rest of the world. I think some people would think that that's like, oh, you know, oh, find your father, of course. You know what I mean? Like, family out there that you're blood related to that you don't know, like, you have to find them. I completely disagree with that. I do not give a fuck who I'm related to by blood. It means nothing to me. Like, family is the people that you choose to be your family, not just people that I'm related to. Like, I don't care. I think children is the only thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is my responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, I brought them into this world. That's, like, I would find them. You know what I mean? Like, because that is your responsibility. But anybody else, they're not my responsibility. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, why do I care? You know what I mean? Like, not my problem. Like, I don't know. That's my stance on family, which is pretty detached from the rest of the world, weirdly enough. But I don't know. That's just how I feel. Yeah, I feel like I wish I would have picked the Nora option at this point. I feel like I wish I would have picked the Nora option. This game was interesting, though. I think the dialogue, like the actual writing, was actually pretty good. I think that the only parts where it felt kind of disappointing was the story elements. I think the story elements were quite disappointing. I think the writing was good, though. Otherwise, like, everybody felt like actual people, which was quite nice. It definitely felt like there was a bit of, like, dating sim going on, but that might just be visual novel. You know what I mean? Visual novels tend to be dating sims, so they kind of just took some inspiration from that. I mean, there was some heavy topics for sure. There was some heavy topics for sure. And I mean, some of the writing was super realistic. Like, I mean, some of the stuff that I could relate to that the people were saying was super realistic. I think, honestly, because they wanted to, like, give you some form of, like, figuring shit out yourself and making the decision, Evelyn felt a bit off at times because she didn't really have a complete character because you were supposed to fill in the gaps. You know what I mean? So it did feel a little bit incomplete at times, but I feel like that's maybe unavoidable. You know what I mean? Because it is trying to let you fill in the gaps. I think the music and stuff, like the timing of the music, there was definitely some fun moments, and the music was pretty good. The art was really nice. I think the art was really nice. I do feel like the vast majority of the game, probably 90% of the game, had the illusion of choice, but there was no actual choices, which is kind of frustrating. But it is hard to make a lot of choices. But I wish there was just a little bit more choices here and there. The pacing was interesting, but not bad. I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but the game kind of felt like a bit disjointed, if that makes sense. Like, it felt a bit disjointed at times, and like it didn't quite know what it was doing at times. I don't know how to explain it. Like the pacing and like some of the writing when it comes to the story. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like, like disjointed and unsure of itself, I feel like is the best way to put it. Like a bit disjointed and unsure of itself. So, I don't know. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. I'm happy I played it. It was a fun, interesting experience. I don't hate it. I don't know what I would give it in terms of like a ranking. Maybe like a 7. You know what I mean? I think it's an interesting experience. I think one of the biggest problems for me was the characters were well made. The characters were well made. They were well written. All that good stuff. I think maybe my biggest thing is that the whole AI conversation wasn't really that extravagant. I feel like they were trying to make it have a lot of impact and a lot of heaviness, but really all of the AI part really kind of fell flat. Like, because Eliza fucking sucked. Like, ChatGPT is miles better than it, which is wild. And, like, the stuff that they were trying to make wasn't like that questionable. The only stuff was Raynor's stuff. Like Raynor's stuff was actually questionable, but like it tried to make it feel like it was this big, heavy subject. But outside of what Raynor was talking about, it was not a heavy subject. It really had no impact behind what they were talking about. But it really felt like they were trying, like that it felt like it had impact. It wasn't even like they were trying to make it have impact. They just felt like it did to begin with, which didn't really hit the mark at all, obviously. Because like it was trying to make you feel like this was an impactful, heavy subject. You know what I mean? Like this super meaningful conversation to be had. But it was like, don't really care. Eliza's like a chat bot that people just like read off a script. Tells you to go play some dolphin smiles on your phone for 20 minutes every day. Like, I mean, like, why the fuck do I care? Like, I don't know. It just didn't seem, I don't know. Like, I understand the conversation of letting AI into the world of mental health, which is questionable. I do agree with that. But I think that the system that they made with the proxies and the AI is really interesting. And I think that in a place, like in the situation that they were using it, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think that that Eliza was inherently negative. I think it's a positive thing to have in the world because it's going to be a lot cheaper than a therapist, and it's going to allow people to talk to just talk to someone. Obviously, they're not actually talking to someone, but to effectively like figuratively talk to someone, and be able to reflect on their thoughts, and it kind of challenges them a little bit and makes them think of things in a different way potentially, right? Like you could see when people were talking that they were thinking about it in different ways, and it was very realistic. Like it was very well written. So I think it was really well done in that aspect. But I do think that it needed to go one of two ways, which was either make it really advanced and, you know, able to tell people stuff and prescribe them medications and all this stuff and make it really seem capable, or make it seem less capable and just not prescribe anything. You know what I mean? It was in this weird half and half, but I guess that's like kind of the point, is that it's incapable of doing an effective job, and it was trying to convey that. Like it's incapable. It's not doing a good job. You know what I mean? Like it's incapable of human emotion. I guess that was the point of the game. Oh, my headset's, it's just the foam really busted. It's like really broken. I should be getting a new one soon, hopefully. But I guess that was like kind of the point of the conversation, was that it was like super incapable. But I don't know. I feel like it just didn't quite hit the mark. I don't know. What did you think, Fluffkins? Overall, you were obviously the one that voted on it. Obviously, if anybody else wants to share their opinion in chat as well, feel free. Do you have any opinions on what the game, like what your thoughts, opinions on the game was? I don't know. I'd give it like a 7. It was an interesting, fun experience. I think it fell kind of short in some places. I think that the writing was actually quite good, though. It was quite realistic. It was cool to see how well they understood the mental health conversation, I feel like when it came to a lot of those people who came in, they were very realistic. They were very well done. and even like Evelyn herself, like it was really good. The voice acting was really fucking solid too. Like I think it's a well-made game. It just falls a little bit short and a little bit flat in some areas. That's kind of the biggest thing for me. A little bit short, a little bit flat, but overall I think it's quite well made. I think it just doesn't quite hit the mark in delivering the vibe, the essence, and the message that it wants to send. I think that's probably, yeah. I think if I had to sum it up in like one of those like article things, you know what I mean? Like one of those article PowerPoints, is a well-made visual novel that has some interesting topics and discussions to be had, but it falls a little bit short in terms of delivering on the message and the vibe and the essence that it's really trying to deliver on. And it's a bit disjointed and unsure of itself at times. I agree with a lot of things you said. Did feel like they were trying to play up the AI, but also somehow saying, look, yeah, it's still lacking in certain ways, which was strange. But overall, I appreciate the message they were going for. There are some aspects that didn't quite reach the way they were supposed to, but it was still very thought-provoking and emotional. No, yeah, I think it's very thought-provoking. So, the dialogue did feel very realistic and refreshing to listen to. No, yeah, absolutely. I think the dialogue was really well done. It was like, it felt like everyone was a real person. Like, it felt like it was somebody like actually talking. And they were very realistic personalities. Like, nobody was too over the top. Like, Rainer was kind of a bit over the top, but people like that legitimately are over the top. Like, they play up their persona. Like, that's just how those kind of people are. Whereas, like, you look at somebody like Soren or Nora or Erland, like, they were very, or like any of the therapist people that we talked to, or Ray, like, they were very normal people. Like, very normal, realistic people. Like, they were interesting characters to obviously, you know, make the story interesting, but they were normal people at the end of the day, which I think was really interesting and really well done. So I liked it. I liked it. Like I said, I'd maybe give it like a 7. A little bit disappointing, but not bad. There is a cat crying. I can maybe bring her in, have her say hello. Give me 1 sec. I don't think I've shown her on camera before this one. Got a cat. Yeah. She's a good cat. She's a good cat. She's super fluffy and soft right now because it's winter. Got her winter coat. Got her winter coat. That'll be a warrior. Her name is Warrior. I named her when I was like 14. Got a little stripe of war paint on her face. Okay. Relax. Relax, silly. Got a little stripe of war paint on her face. She doesn't like to be held super much. She's not the biggest fan of being held. Oh, Warrior. She was sad though. She was crying. Wanted to be let in. Good cat. She's a good cat. But I think that's gonna be about it for the Eliza. I might play something else briefly before we move on. But I think I gave all my kind of closing thoughts on the game, honestly. I don't think there's really much else to say. I don't really think there's much else to talk about. So, give me 1 second. I'm gonna let this cat out. I think she wants to leave now in true cat fashion. She might not have liked that I picked her up. Held her, but. Honestly, she wasn't actually super eager to leave, but she did leave anyway, so she was kind of okay with staying, but she decided to leave. Yeah, I think I said pretty much everything about how I feel about the game. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. I think it's well made. I think that it just falls short in some aspects, and it's kind of a little bit disappointing because of that, because it's so well made. If it wasn't well made, it wouldn't really be as disappointing because I wouldn't have expectations. But because it's so well made, I had higher expectations because you can it oozes quality, but it doesn't deliver in some aspects, which is disappointing because you kind of have high hopes. You know what I mean? You have high expectations. So yeah, I just wish it was a little bit better. That's all. I wish it was a little bit better. So I did like the little solitaire game. The solitaire game was fun. I'm not sure if it's like based on an actual solitaire game or not, but yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, I think that's gonna be about it. I am curious what it says on how long to beat. Yeah, the game has 92% positive reviews. I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly, but I guess it does depend on what kind of ending you get. What did it say actually when you looked, Fluffkins? When you looked, how long did it say on how long to beat? You checked the other day, right? What did it actually say? Because we played for 11 hours. 11 hours. But I was stopping 5.5. Yeah, okay. So I did a double the amount of time that the game actually said. But there's a lot to talk about, and I think while streaming, obviously, I mean, I'm reading everything out loud. I'm taking pauses to talk about stuff. I also played the solitaire game. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's a little bit of other stuff going on, and I don't know. I think it was a fun experience, though. I don't think it was too long at all. I don't think it was drawn out. I think 11 hours was pretty perfect. So I don't know. It just didn't quite hit the mark for me. Didn't quite hit the mark. I think it was good, but just a little bit disappointing because I think it could have been even better. I think it, like I said, like I had high expectations. So a little bit disappointing in that regard, but it's okay. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for voting on it, Fluffkins. Hopefully everybody enjoyed watching it. Hopefully everybody had a good time. If you do want to watch the rest of it, me playing through the rest of it, you missed the previous streams and you want to see the other bits of gameplay, it is up on my VODs channel. With that link in chat, you can check out my YouTube. All of it is uploaded up on there, and I'll be uploading this stream in later today, and so it'll be all up there on like in 4 different parts or so. So you can check it out if you like. But yeah, I think that's going to be about it for the Eliza for today. I am going to play something else, but I think that's going to be about it for the Eliza. Thank you for playing it. Of course. We did end up playing it because of the wheel. Obviously, the wheel's on hiatus right now because I was having some computer issues for the last 2 months. So the wheel is still on hiatus until I absolutely am sure that's cleared up because I don't want other games to have issues as well. But obviously, this was a visual novel, so you know, some stuttering or low frame rate here at times didn't really change literally anything. I couldn't even notice if it was happening. So, yeah, we were able to have a complete experience with this game, so that's why I ended up playing it, even though the wheel is on hiatus right now. But yeah, you're very welcome for playing it. Thank you very much for voting on it. Thank you very much for recommending I play it. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I played it. I had a fun experience with it, so definitely did not hate it at all. I also 100%ed it. I'll just have you know. So, you know, that's a plus. You know, just a pro gamer, 100% in every game I play, first playthrough. You know, Just easy for somebody like me. But yeah, it was a fun game. It was a fun game. So that is going to be about it for the Eliza for today. If you were here just for the playthrough, and you enjoyed, you can hit that follow button down below. Come back next time. It's completely free. Just notifies you next time I go live. I show up on your follower list whenever I'm streaming. I do stream pretty much every single day. I play a wide variety of games. I play pretty much anything and everything. So chances are, if you enjoy the stream, you'll see me playing something you will enjoy watching in the future. So you can hit that follow button and come back next time. But for now, we are going to play something else, actually.